The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, April 6th. Happy birthday, Tim McAfee. Oh, yeah. This sports show begins right now. Yeah. Can't thank you enough for joining us. It is a glorious day. The weather has turned here in Indianapolis. I'm not 100% sure how it is everywhere else. This sucks, but April showers do bring May flowers. Someone knows May flowers come. We will all be excited. We will live through. It feels like there's, the shift in the atmosphere.
In between.
What is going on? I'm getting old now. I had allergies like a month ago. Now this is happening. This is 34, I guess. Nonetheless, it is a big day in the NFL because just yesterday, after the word had been leaked that maybe Stefan Diggs was not happy with what was going on in the Buffalo Bills and his relationship contractually, he signed a massive extension to remain a Buffalo Bill. He then posted a beautiful Wolf of Wall Street video this morning saying, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. They get a 4-year, $70 million guaranteed deal done. Stefan Diggs stays with Josh Allen, and the Buffalo Bills continue to build and build and build in hopes of bringing a Super Bowl to Western New York. The entire state and city is now invested in the Buffalo Bills with a new stadium, $650 million. In doing so, the Bills are there to stay, and Bean and the boys want to win a title, and it is smart to keep your best receiver on the team. Kind of stinks for every other team that maybe thought a wide receiver was going to become available who's a fucking freak. Remember, when he was at the Minnesota Vikings, he had moments of absolute greatness. We all remember the Minneapolis Miracle whenever he shut down the entire internet with a grab from the heavens and then sprinted it in as time ran out. Case Keenum called that the second best night of his life.
That's right.
Stefan Diggs probably says best night of his life, aside from his family stuff. He goes to Buffalo because of a little ending and turmoil in Minnesota and has become Josh Allen's main target, Josh Allen's tag team partner, and Josh Allen's best friend if you watch them dance and groove together. Oh, yeah. So congrats to Stefan Diggs. Yeah. There's a bunch of reports out there that the Packers might make a big-time move on draft day. Pete Carroll saying stuff and doing stuff. DK Metcalf, is he on the move? Is he not on the move? There's so much to chat about, and we will do such today. Terrell Owens will join us in about 15 minutes, I do believe. Right. He's joined fan-controlled football.
No way.
Yeah, he's joined fan-controlled football. And there will even be a thing where he has a camera on his helmet at all times, streaming live on Fubo TV, I believe.
Okay, get inside the game.
Yeah, it should be awesome to chat with T.O. about getting back out there. You know, he's always in shape and ready to play. Yeah. Was he thinking, is this a thought to return to the NFL? Let's see how we go here. Remember, Marshawn Lynch played in this FCF last year, I believe. Also, Johnny Manziel was playing in this. Josh Gordon played in this league. It's a fun thing. It's an awesome thing. Can't wait to see what T.O. does. And then also in the third hour, Bobby Wagner, the man who is an 8-time All-Pro out of 10 years in the season.
Damn.
Or in the NFL. A man who's a first ballot Hall of Famer, a man who just negotiated his own contract with the Los Angeles Rams, going back to his hometown, basically, from Ontario, California. He will join us to chat about, the new deal. Congratulations. Doing business by yourself. Congratulations. And the fallout of the entire world that we're in. And joining the Rams with a new number, 45. So today's a big day. AJ Hawk will be here. The Talks Table is here. At Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Let's dive right in, Connor. The Bruins lost to the Red Wings last night.
It was a back-to-back night, and we were talking earlier about how goddamn hot this boost is. You wanted to boost the Red Wings. As soon as you said that, the goddamn team was screwed. I mean, we didn't have a chance. And not to mention, maybe when they were up 2-0, I said, wow, this game's so goddamn easy. The Bruins are going to beat the goddamn Red Wings by 50 maybe. Yeah. And then it turned out to be, 4-0 after that tweet. So honestly, it's on me more than anything. I wish I didn't.
You're really important.
I know. I wish I didn't jump the gun because usually whenever I jump the gun, they win.
At BOSTONCONNR.
That's right.
Puts a tweet out. Mm-hmm. And the hockey gods are like, well, that's it.
Gotcha.
End it.
Right there.
Sorry.
That's what happens. You can't be arrogant.
Well, also, you left out the part where we beat your ass after the game, too, and fought you guys.
What?
Actually, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Fox, because the Red
Nobody
Wings...
saw that. Nobody was watching the end of that game. What happened?
No one watched the games when the Red Wings are on to begin with, but the referee was holding the Bruins guy back, and the Red Wings guy was throwing punches around a referee like a little bitch, if we're being honest.
A little bitch. You got Marchand on your team, dude. Does a lot. Not that he is a little bitch, but there's a lot of little bitch moves that old Marchand
He'll
does.
do it face to face, though. He'll look you in the eyes and do it. This guy's, hiding behind the referee like Austin Theory behind Vince McMahon. What do you want us to do?
But you guys got beat up and you lost the Red Wings?
We didn't get beat up. We definitely lost, though. We did not get beat up.
All right, well, congrats. The Pens also lost last night to Colorado Avalanche.
Much
Not
better
good.
team.
Very ugly. That's Hockey Talk is on tonight at 8 p.m. at youtube.com/That's Hockey Talk. It is our hockey live show podcast thingy. Gumpy's on there, one half of the Hammer. Dahn Cowboys. Nick Marolda's host on there. And Mike Rupper, who is a Stanley Cup champion. And tonight's guest will bring the electricity. I will let the world be surprised by that. I cannot wait. Cito's in the back. Foxy's in the back. Tone Diggs is here. Great to see you, Tone.
Great
Big time.
to see you.
You doing a lot of Masters betting right now? Futures betting? The NFL wins totals have been released on Fanduel, which is great news. I'm sure you're going to dive into that pretty soon.
So, this morning was diving in for opening day tomorrow. I think there's 8 or 9 opening day games tomorrow.
What sport?
MLB.
Baseball, dude. Here we go.
Shit.
We're back, baby.
I didn't know. I thought slam ball was coming back.
No.
I thought it was USFL.
No.
You're trying to. Baseball starts
Yeah,
tomorrow?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, baseball. Here we go, baseball. That means first five's back.
Yes, it is.
That's the bet that the Hammer Down boys just absolutely clean up with because it's the first 5 innings. So first of all, that's how long baseball games should be. Second of all, that's where the starter is normally, right?
Normally.
4 to 5.
You would like them to go 5, 6, 7.
So it's a little bit more predictable.
Yes.
And that's where you guys just rake.
Yes.
So you are pumped for opening day tomorrow.
So, I studied every pitcher this morning. Did a little Masters since that's teeing off tomorrow. We're coming up on the NBA and NHL playoffs. It's a pretty good time of year for betting.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of weird shit to bet on that you know nothing about, but that's why we look to you guys because, hey, you guys are supposed to know what we're talking about.
right.
Ty, congrats. Baseball's coming back. Holy shit.
Yeah, very exciting. A little bit of a letdown. The Yankees and the Red Sox are actually postponing tomorrow's game already due to inclement weather. So,
fuck.
that kind of stinks. But yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited because I'll watch probably 130 baseball games this year. I would guess, give or
That
take.
is so insane.
No thanks.
Think about that. 130 games. That's not even a full season.
And care about it, too.
Yeah, and who cares? You like only Yankees games, right? Only Yankees.
Oh
games?
yeah, I'm not bouncing around. I mean, if there's Sunday Night Baseball and nothing else is on, maybe. But listen, I'm paying for the
You
goddamn
guys will watch
package.
Sunday Night Baseball on there?
Well,
Really?
new booth, so maybe not. I don't know.
Who's the new booth?
I don't know. A-Rod's not in there anymore though, so I might be out.
Where's A-Rod? Selling
there.
apartments?
Running
Well,
the
that
Timberwolves.
Fox Sports running the Timberwolves. He's juggling a lot.
All right,
of
let's
hats.
dive in. That's good transition because he might be peers with Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
There's rumors now on the internet that Urban Meyer might be heading back to Fox Sports, maybe talking a little ball, talking a little shop on big noon Saturday game day kickoff.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, maybe that's what the internet's saying. There's a chance. There's allegedly some insider at Ohio State who has been leaking information to people saying, hey, look for Urban to get back into the kickoff show, big noon game day show.
Why didn't AJ do that here?
Well, I don't. That's the problem with AJ. He has all of these great connections.
Oh yeah.
But he never asked the questions that we want him to ask to the connections.
Right.
Like Urban. Was it really you shouldn't have gone to the dance floor? Or is it maybe you shouldn't have finger gunned something?
Yeah, exactly. The
And he
8
doesn't-
whiskey sours you had before going on the dance floor.
Yeah, that could have maybe led to the finger gun being a little loosey-goosey out there.
Exactly.
And then, did also whenever you told the team, like, hey, boys, you saw a video.
Don't believe what
I didn't do anything.
Not real.
Believe what you hear.
And then an alternate angle comes out. It's just, he was great on TV, though, I guess, is what everybody will say in there. But there has to be some sort of credibility thing that'll happen. But that'll end quickly, I guess, as soon as Go Bucks happen. I don't understand.
Probably, and I know they're not thinking about it, but they're trying to get that to be game day. Can you imagine the signs every single week? Like they're going to have guys actively sweeping the crowd.
College campuses.
Oh yeah, there's going to be
Come on.
so many finger gun signs and just terrible stuff being said about
I didn't even
Herbs.
think about the background.
Oh yeah, they're going to have to be very active making sure that stuff's not on camera.
I got eyes on 7, 8, 10 signs.
I might go every Saturday with a sign.
No, Gump. Gomp, you don't have time to do that.
Oh, okay.
It all makes sense though that Urban was just like, hey, like his people were saying like, hey, maybe lay low for a year or two, and he was like, no, I need to get back on fucking college campuses and out on that dance
All
floor.
right. Okay. He'll say, maybe it's in a contract from the Fox people. No dance floors.
Should be.
All right, here you go. We'll pay you this. You got to do this. Show up, do this. Break this film down. Give us the 3 things for everything. The 3 things. And then all of a sudden, no dance floors on any of these campuses. All right, sign here. You got a 10-year job.
Mm-hmm.
No whistles on the sideline anymore either, like the last time you were here.
Well, hey, you made an important distinction there. I don't like him giving dance floors a bad name. Plenty of people go out on dance floors, have a great time with no finger gun incidents.
I did not expect Nick Moraldo to be the one to take a stand here for dance floors.
No, not at all.
But I appreciate the hell out of that. I like that.
Yeah, we don't need this turning into Footloose, Urban. Like towns where you can't dance, can't have a good time.
Hey, that still exists. Some universities are not allowed to dance. No music
What?
allowed.
Really?
Where?
BYU?
No, I think BYU. I think they
you
dance.
can dance.
I think
Calvin can dance.
Calvin Noy got good rhythm.
I know they're not allowed to have liquor, so
Well, definitely no liquor allowed because Jesus did not have any liquor.
that's the only thing that makes
Yeah,
these
but-
fucking feet start moving.
Yeah, but they got Diet Cokes everywhere.
You watch
Yeah.
Book of Mormon too.
true.
That whole thing is to
caffeine
be
flow.
considered.
Anyways, I love dance floors, Nick. I did not expect you to go to bat for dance floors, but you're right. Urban Meyer did blame the dance floor, not himself, for that entire thing.
Maybe like
Little
fast food
accountability.
only.
What's that?
Maybe like fast food only. Like we don't need you going to any restaurants. Like you're going to drive-throughs and that's it. Then you're heading back to the hotel.
Hey, you remember
Okay.
the COVID protocols?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You were like,
It's still COVID for you, Urban, okay? We can't have you sticking fingers up butts.
I mean, that's what they should do, though. Just chastity belts for his hands.
But what if
Yeah.
he pulls up?
And keep his dong in his
What if he
pants
pulls
and
up to the
then-
drive-through window? Hey, stick your ass out this window. I need to,
Exactly. Have to consider
I need to put
that.
my fingers in something.
OH, sweetheart.
Make him wear oven mitts the whole time.
I never lost to Michigan. All right. All right, got one of these? Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Well, whatever. He was great on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited to see how it goes. The Packers are making a move on draft night.
Oh,
Allegedly.
That's allegedly what's going down. Mark Murphy even said, like, it could get exciting or something on draft night. Mark Murphy, remember, the guy who sits in the one per club meeting for the Packers, the closest thing to an owner of the Packers. He is the president of the Packers. I would just say the draft is going to be very interesting. Well, is he just saying that because it's the draft and the draft is always interesting? Or is he saying that because we got some things cooking for draft night? Now, obviously, Peter Bukowski reported that the Packers are up to something, and both Matt LaFleur and Murphy have hinted at how unexpected things can happen. And then investigated eyeglass, like the
Monocle?
The monocle.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
What's going on here? So everybody's assuming that they're going to make a big time trade for a wide receiver because they need another weapon because Devontae Adams is now a member of the Las Vegas Raiders. Congrats to Devontae, by the way, getting broken off. We still don't know how Aaron Rodgers feels about the entire thing because I don't believe he has spoken about it. We would assume that he's not exactly thrilled that the number one wide receiver in the NFL, in his eyes, is no longer on his team. But there has to be some sort of communication taking place about who is the next weapon that we will bring in to take this team to the next step. Our guy Schrags this morning on Good Morning Football on the NFL Network said, look for Keenan Allen maybe to be on the move because of how much money they're paying Michael Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael
They signed this
Williams, they just signed him to a bunch of money. Keenan Allen's owed like $20 million as well. If you just strictly look at salary cap and what normally happens with cap hits, maybe Keenan Allen could become a player that teams are starting to snoop around for and make an offer that the Chargers can't refuse. Now, Tom Telesco probably loves Keenan Allen. I would assume he's very appreciative of Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen was a Charger all the way through. He's an inside-grown guy. So would they just trade him away to a place without him saying, yes, I would like to go there? We don't know, but what about the Packers saying we're going to make things interesting? At Ty Schmidt, you're an owner of the Green Bay Packers. If Keenan Allen is on the move to the Packers, I assume you're pumped up about that. And also, it has to be pretty cool to hear that the Packers are maybe thinking about making a goddamn move and making things interesting. That is not the Packers at all, ever.
No, definitely not. And I still don't really trust that. I feel like this kind of stuff happens every year, and this year especially because they have 2 first-round picks. It's a little bit different. But I'd be shocked if they did anything crazy. When I saw that, I assumed it's like, oh, they might be moving up to try, because now these receivers, based on whatever mock drafts you see, are starting to go a little bit earlier, and they don't want to kind of be the odd man out. But I'd love Keenan Allen. I just don't know if it really makes sense because you see like Terry McLaurin and some of these younger guys are out there. Like, I would think that if the Packers offered, 2 firsts, I don't think they'd do that, but if they offer a first and, some other draft capital for Terry McLaurin and then give him a contract, I think that makes a little bit more sense than getting Keenan Allen. But at this point, you don't really have any. And he's obviously a veteran and a dog and good. Like, he'd be great, but I just can't see them trading a first-round pick for him at this point. I don't know if that makes sense.
So allegedly, DK Metcalf is not on the trading block.
Right. Yep.
Keenan Allen's the first person. This is the first time we've heard he's potentially on the trading block. That was by Schrags. I don't know if Schrags knows anybody in there or if he's just looking at pay. This is normally what would happen in this particular case. Either or. Terry McLaurin is a guy that I think as soon as his name popped up on a meme on Instagram that he was potentially going to be on the move, everybody's like, Scary Terry's on the move?
Whoa, take that guy.
Why are they thinking about doing that? It's a wild time to be a wide receiver in the NFL. It is a wild time to be a talented wide receiver in the NFL. Joining us now is a Hall of Famer.
What?
A man who I think could still go right now if he had to, and with the way they're paying, maybe he'll get a chance and an opportunity to do that. He will be playing in the Fan-Controlled Football League, debuting on April 16th, I believe, on Fubo Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, Terrell Owens.
Yeah!
What's up, dude?
What's up? What's up, Pat? How are you, man?
I'm great, man. How are you? I'm so pumped you're getting back into football. Is this the first step to getting back to the NFL? How did the fan-controlled football thing happen?
Well, I mean, I've been training, pretty much yearly, since, I guess people will say I retired, but let me just nix that in the bud. I never retired. So all this thing about me unretiring and all this stuff, go check any paperwork. There is none. I never retired. But, with that being said, I've been doing training and mentoring kids in high school, college, guys that are playing in, CFL, guys that are, prepping, getting ready back for the NFL season. So I've been doing this all along. It just, like I said, it just obviously hasn't been newsworthy. But for me, it's just a matter of just me just keeping myself in shape. This is my lifestyle. I mean, I kept myself in shape during the times that I played in the league because that was my job. So again, I've extended that, obviously, since I've stopped playing, professionally, into my lifestyle. So, I mean, things that I do now just to keep myself in shape. I mean, I'm part of a nutritional supplement company, Plant Fuel. Those are type of things that I've been doing just to keep myself and my body in shape enough to feel like to where I can play. But at the end of the day, playing fan control football, which you alluded to, it's no different. It's almost a similar format, not a similar format, but it's like a platform like the Big Three. Guys that haven't played that still, can still move around, can still go, can still play. Ice Cube has, created a platform for those guys to play. And this is what Ron and Grant and all these guys they've done with fan control football. That's what they've done. And so I'm looking forward, honestly, to go in there and just really, like I said, it's not to show people that I can play. I know I can play, Pat. It's a matter of just me being given the opportunity. People marvel at what Tom Brady has done, knocking on the door 45. They just haven't. I haven't been given the opportunity to see what I can do at my age. So even when I was 37, my last year or two when I played, when I went in with Cincinnati Bengals, Antonio Bryant, we both went in and we basically, like I said, free agents at the time, we both went in for that job, and he ultimately got the job because he was 10 years younger than me. But we all know how that turned out. I ended up playing, going in a month out from training camp, and I was the leading receiver that year. So age is nothing but a word for me. It's not even really a number.
Okay, so I am pumped that you're back on this show. I love hey, T.O., I fucking love listening to you speak, man, because I think obviously for a long time there's a narrative about you, but you're an incredibly deep thinking, intelligent human being. I think that's what I find out every single time I chat with you. Obviously you have a self-confidence that you have to become an NFL Hall of Famer and everything like that. Why haven't you been given a shot, you think? Do you think it's because the narrative? Like right now, there's teams that need weapons all over the place. Why have you gotten a workout with anybody? Has anybody reached out since you no paperwork retired, and do you ever think that it will be? I mean, you're how old right now?
I'm 40. I'm 48.
Could you imagine a team signing a 48-year-old TO? That would be headline news everywhere. You would think somebody would at least give you a workout. Has that not even happened anywhere?
I think to address your first question, I guess there is a narrative out there, obviously with my personality, things that were said about my character, this and that and the other. I was, like I said, when I'm on the football field, I'm a very passionate, type of player. Off the field, I'm pretty chilled. I'm laid back. But at the end of the day, man, there's no doubt, like I said, that I can go out there and play. Have I been given the opportunity? No. Did I have an encounter with the owner prior to this last season, about me possibly playing? Yes, that did happen. I talked to the owner, I talked to the general manager at that time, and I talked to the head coach at that time about the possibility of making that happen. With those conversations, they basically just told me just stay in shape, just in case anything happened, as the season progressed. And so that's what I was doing. As a lot of people saw with the football clips toward the end of the season, that was part of the conversations that I had. And so obviously you saw with a couple of teams, there were some teams that possibly could have used my services, i.e. the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They lost Chris Godwin, one of their top receivers, and they lost AB to the saga that happened there. So and they have Mike Evans over there, so they lost 2/3 of their offense. And if you think about the playoff game, Tampa Bay against the Rams, obviously they didn't muster any offense early on because, like I said, they lacked production from those two guys that I just mentioned, and Godwin and AB. Obviously they had guys from the practice squad trying to fill in and do what they did, but that's not possible, as you saw. But if you think and insert myself into that game, like I said, could I have played 50, 60 snaps? Probably not. But you think about third down situation, you think about red zone, that's where I would be valuable. You think about the production that they lacked in the first half. Granted, Tom Brady being who he was and who he is, they came back into that game, and obviously, ultimately, they fell short. But if you insert me in that game somewhere, in the first half, if I play in that game, it's a different outcome. That's just how I see it. You look at on the AFC side, I talk extensively, time to time with Andy Reid, who coached me when I was in Philly. I was blowing his phone up throughout the course of the year. I'm like, dude, bring me in. You know what I mean? But again, they brought Josh Gordon in, and he didn't do anything. And I'm like, I can do what Josh Gordon was doing, which, I mean, he didn't amount to anything really. And that's not to say anything bad about him, but I'm just saying just with the reason of why they brought him in, there was no production. So let me just clear that up. I'm not bashing.
Yeah. For whatever reason, there just was no chemistry for whatever reason. You're not saying he's not a player. You're saying for whatever reason it didn't work.
Right. There was no production. And so you look at the last game that they played. I think it was against the Bengals, and they're in overtime. They're in the red zone. Just as I mentioned, third down, red zone situations. Patrick Mahomes, he couldn't find anybody in the red zone. You insert me into that offense. That's where I just said I would be valuable. You got where you had Tyreek Hill there. You got Travis Kelce. You put me on the other side of that formation. Somebody has to commit to one side or the other. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to get open. I'm going to be a viable option, just as Travis Kelce will be at tight end and Tyreek Hill. So those are, like I said, it has to be a very unique situation for me, and obviously a good opportunity. But again, like I said, I know that I can come in and I can contribute.
Are you doing one-on-ones with some of these young guys or anything? Because T.O., listen, I think
absolutely.
I think what people would say is, and this is like the evolution of the NFL right now. At the combine, I think there was like 5x the amount of people that ran sub 4.4s than they had in the past. So I would assume some people in the NFL, right? Have you played against? Have you done one-on-ones? Have you continued to play against these younger guys? And what have you, like for instance, I had a lot of beer and whiskey on Sunday night. I'm still hungover right now. It is Wednesday, April 6th. This happened on April 3rd. I'm 34. If I was 20-something, I think the hangover was only on Monday. I'd be back to it on Tuesday. Has there been anything like that with your body? And have you competed against any of the young guys?
No, absolutely. There's a lot of footage out there. Maybe I need to get some of these guys to release some footage. But yeah, I mean, I've competed against some young guys, some high school guys, some college guys, some guys that are obviously, trying to get into different leagues, whether it's the CFL. There's some other leagues that are about to pop up here in the next year or so.
XFL, USFL.
Right, I can hold my own against any of those guys, so that's not an issue. So, like I said, it's a matter of me, like I said, going out there and obviously like not even really proving people wrong. But again, you have people in certain situations on certain networks or whatever that are looking at me and what I've done and what I've accomplished and feel like, okay, well, why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? But as I said, this is no different. FCF. Is no different, like I said, of a platform than what Big Three is doing. Like I said, you're giving and providing an opportunity for guys to continue to play. And then these younger guys.
T.O., is FCF the first league that you considered other than the NFL? Because I would assume the USFL, the XFL would be pumped if you were a part of their league. Is the FCF the first one you considered other than the NFL?
I think a couple of years ago, there was another league that approached me or what have you. And like I said, the money, it wasn't a money thing or what have you, but what they were offering me, like I said.
Somebody's making money. Hey, T.O., somebody's making money. And you're yeah.
Absolutely. So, like I said, I'm not an idiot. So again, but what they were trying to offer me based on what I knew was invested into the company and money behind it, I'm like, no, it was laughable. So I didn't entertain that. But with this situation right here, it's not even really a money issue. Like I said, I just put that to the side. For me, it's about really mentoring and really helping some of these guys and giving them the blueprint of what it took for me to get to the NFL and ultimately land myself into the Hall of Fame. When you think about where I came from and what school I came from, UT Chattanooga, coming out of there, 3rd round, 89th pick. There was a long list of guys that went before me. And if you Google and you see where I ended up, you think about the notable guys that came out of that draft. You think about Keyshawn Johnson, Marvin Harrison, Terry Glenn, Bobby Ingram, Amani Toomer, Joe Horn, all of these guys. These guys played at Power 5 schools. So I wasn't looked at, as the possibility of being the guy, being the Hall of Famer that I am today. So for me personally, like I'm just built different. I know that I'm a dynamic player. I know that I'm not like any other 47 or 48-year-old that's out there trying to do what I'm doing, running around and compete. Like I said, I'm here in Los Angeles and people say all the time when they see me, like, dude, like, why aren't you still in the league? So again, obviously politics plays a big part in that. But at the end of the day, like it's all about opportunity. It's just like I said, we mentioned for the Kansas City Chiefs,
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid, and obviously looking at guys that are given opportunities to continue on to play.
Yeah. Josh Gordon. Yeah, you were talking about
Josh Gordon. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, when I saw you in LA, it was at a beer league softball game, and you jumped over a human being, and then you landed on the base, and then you pump faked the guy, and then you stole home. I mean, I was a bit boozed up. I was watching, and I was like, yeah, the T.O., this is unbelievable. I mean, you are an absolute specimen, a freak athlete. What are you really expecting out of yourself with this fan-controlled football? I think because Johnny Manziel is the quarterback, so are you and him just going to put up 100 points a game? Have you started working together? How are we going for this?
Well, I mean, we haven't had any time on the field just yet together. But again, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of, like I said, if you can get the ball to me, I'll make something happen with it. Honestly, God, I played with a number of quarterbacks, and you can rank them however you want to. Like I said, the only Hall of Famer that I did really play with, I think from my knowledge is Steve Young. And I only played like 3 years with him. So I didn't really, a lot of people didn't really get to see what I could have done with a Hall of Fame type quarterback. But I played with a plethora of quarterbacks throughout the course of my career. And all of them, like I said, depending on who your favorites are or how you rank them, a lot of them wasn't top tier type quarterbacks, but I made the most of what they could do. We catered our offense based on their strengths and their weaknesses. And I had to adjust my game to every quarterback that I played with. So playing with Johnny Manziel or whomever else, I know a lot of guys were teasing because I said Pee Wee Herman. Hey, Pat, if you can quarterback and you can sling that thing, you can spin it, then hey, I'll catch it. So like I said, I just want the opportunity, honestly, to be able to help a lot of guys and mentor a lot of these guys, especially a lot of these quarterbacks. So you asked me about, have I been running and training and going against defensive backs? I've done all of that, but a lot of it too, a lot of my mentoring has been coming, towards the young quarterbacks, because a lot of these high school quarterbacks, they get out there and they start throwing, whether it's nerves because they're throwing to a Hall of Famer or a guy that played in the league and that's what they aspire, where they aspire to go, then the accuracy isn't there. And I tell them it's not really the accuracy, it's just the speed in which I'm running, because at a high school level, my speed is at pro level. So they have to quicken up their drop steps. So when they're dropping, they're not trying to, force the ball because I'm already out of my break because they're not ready to throw. So it's all about timing and educating them on really the speed of the game, because obviously football, NFL is predicated anyways on speed. So these guys have to really teach themselves and educate themselves with the speed of the game. And so that's what I try to help with.
Well, it's very nice you're giving back to the game. And you mentioned young there, and I thought back to your career, and I think a lot of people even forget your time on the Niners. I mean, because of all the stops afterwards with Dallas and Philly and Buffalo. And I mean, it was watching you play was dynamic. I got a chance to watch you in the middle of a blizzard against the Buffalo Bills last game of the season. My rookie year, it was cold as hell. And there is, there's a lot of stories about you everywhere. Do you have a favorite place that you played with? Do you have some super positive memories when you look back in the NFL, or do all of the negative bullshit kind of take up most of your time?
I don't really. When you think about all the negative things, I think when you look back on it, is it really negative? When you really think about some of the things that people criticize me for or vilified me for, I think a lot of the stuff, it kind of pales in comparison as to where we are today with a lot of these guys doing, all these alleged things. When you think about, guys having DUIs and domestic violence and all these other things, I've never done any of these things. Yeah. But you would think so based on, like you said, the negative things and the negative connotation around my character or what have you. But yeah, I feel like I'm a dynamic player. All the stops that I've been, I feel like I've been able to produce at a high level, no matter what the organization was or who the quarterback was. I was all in whatever team that I played for. For me, like I said, I'm very different. You said I'm dynamic. That's how I feel. That's the confidence that I have in myself. I call myself, I'm prototype 81. The definition of prototype, the basis on which something is made or formed. We're all prototypes in our own right. I just happen to be prototype 81. So for me, I just want to go out there and produce and do what I do best, do what I'm gifted at doing. And like I said, it's crazy to think that at 48, I can run under 4.5. That's no shits. So that's honestly, I can run under 4.5. So it's not surprising, but I just know that.
Yeah, you're running 4.4s right now? You're running 4.4s out there right now?
I can run, bro. Trust me. If it's under a 4.5, that's 4.4, right?
Yep, yes, sir. Yeah, that's
so I can do that. So at the end of the day, like I said,
prototype 81. You're one of one in that entire thing. The reason why I asked that is because the way the Hall of Fame, how you did it in your own unique, and I didn't want there to be like the way you look back at your time in the NFL, because you gave so much to the NFL, like so many moments, so much of your time, so many plays, so much of the storyline.
Right, and they also took away from really kind of who I am as a person. Push aside the player that I was, but for some of the people and some of the networks to say some of the things about who I am as a person and my character, that's what I didn't like. And then obviously you factor in being nominated in 2016, my first nomination to get in the Hall of Fame, and I don't get in. And then 2 years, like a year or so later, they allowed Marvin Harrison to get in, and my stats were better than his. It eclipsed, and he was on that list of guys of that 96 draft that was drafted before me. So those are some of the things that factored into what went into my decision. It wasn't a sole thing, but those are some of the things that factored into it, because when you're starting to question my character and push that as a narrative instead of the criteria for me getting into the Hall of Fame, that's where I had it. That's where I had an issue.
Yeah, but you need to know that a lot of us loved you as a football player, man. Like I hope but I hope you think about that, right? Like, because it feels like you still, as you should, by the way. If somebody attacked me and my character and I knew it wasn't true, I would definitely hold grudges on that. But I hope you look back on your NFL time like fucking you did it, dude. Like, hey,
no,
you
for
did
sure.
it.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
And trust me, there's no regrets by any means with anything that I did. Like I said, you don't know much about me on a personal level. But as we've gotten to know each other, obviously through some of these interviews, I think you get a sense of really kind of who I am. I was raised by two women, my grandmother and my mom. And so, like I said, for me to accomplish what I did coming out of a small town in Alexander City, Alabama, I went to Benjamin Russell High School and then go on and play be a two-sport athlete at UT Chattanooga, playing football and basketball. And then, as I said, with the 96 draft, again, there was probably, like I said, 11 to 12 guys that went ahead of me. And now I look back and I reflect back on my career. Look at where I am. I'm at the top, versus being the top receiver out of that draft. So there's a lot that I have accomplished. Like I said, I'm proud of who I am, what I've done. And if I can be any type of inspiration, to a lot of these kids and anybody that's trying to accomplish something, even at my age, like I said, there's a lot of people that saying that's not possible. There's no reason you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. Who are they to tell me what I can't do or how my body feels?
Hey, I want to let you know, we fucking love you. Right? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people that do too, man. A lot of people that do. I hope you remember that. Don't let the, and it's hard for everybody, especially in the world we're in now. You hear a lot more. Back in the day, you obviously heard there was only a certain amount of voices in the game. So if a couple people said something, that was the biggest voice that was out there. A lot of us fucking loved watching you play football for a long time, man. Very pumped to see you back on the field. Go ahead, Ty.
Tio, a common thread now is that rookies, when they come into the league, are more ready to go maybe than they were in the past. Do you think that that's actually true, or is that more like a byproduct of where the game is going? And obviously, I mean, you're a Hall of Famer, so it's hard to have a much better career. But do you ever look at it and be like, oh, shit, I wish I would have been drafted, 10, 15 years later?
I do wish I would have been drafted some years later, especially with how the game has changed. Just from how it's being played. But to your question about guys, coming in and being ready, I think it's just the expectations and how the game is being played, now. When you think about the quarterback position, a lot of these guys are, usually, quarterbacks are drafted and then they have to wait 2 or 3 years. They have to bide their time and they kind of hold the clipboard and try to, wait till there's an injury, or they groom these guys to be ready to play in the league. But obviously, like I said, now with, even college, how it's being played, it's more of a pro style. It's more pass But again, like I said, with how the running backs are running and the carries that they have. But when the running back get in the league, they're not getting as many carries as they would in college. But when you see guys that are drafted high and they're paying and they're investing so much money in them, it's almost like they're trying to get an instant ROI. They're trying to get an instant return on their money with these guys. And some guys, like I said, they're just not ready. They may take a year or two to get there. But when you think about some of these dynamic quarterbacks, some are ready, some aren't. We're looking at Joe Burrow's obviously second year in the league, and he got to the Super Bowl. This is a guy that was primed and kind of groomed to be where he is now. So there's no surprise at his production. You look at Justin Herbert, who came from Oregon. I kind of saw glimpses of what we are seeing now. I think he may have dropped in, I guess, in draft status coming out of Oregon, but he's putting the Chargers in contention every year, and he's only going to get better. And that's just to name a couple of the guys that are just sticking out in my head right now.
How about the wide receiver market right now? You have to see this and be both incredibly pumped for the position because everybody's starting to get really paid, but also
my God, it's crazy. I remember when I was in my situation in Philly and I wanted to get my market value, and they basically muffed it that because they said I didn't deserve it. And now you got guys that are not even on my level, not even Hall of Fame status yet, and they're getting paid, well of $70 million, $80 million.
Yeah,
so
a lot of money out there. A lot of money out there.
Yes, it's a lot of money on the table. But again, like I said, rightfully so, as we are with the market. But again, like I said, there's a lot of money out there to be made. And so again, if these young guys are watching out there, trust me, there's a lot more money to be made if you just really just hone in your craft and really just do the necessary things, study the game, be a student of the game, and be what you're expected to be.
Hey, what's your body fat percentage right now? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. All I know is it's too sexy. Too sexy. Too sexy.
No, nobody ever talks about your work ethic, though. Like your work ethic is through the roof, right? You still obviously go to work and everything. When you talk about these young guys, like that was a really cool statement you just made. Hey, young guys, there's a lot of money to be made if you kind of hone in there. That work is the separator. I feel like, there's obviously Prototype 81 and Tyreek Hill is his own alien of a specimen, the way he can run, and Stefan Diggs can do his own thing. There's Devontae Adams, everybody kind of, but that work ethic, I think, is what separates everybody, right? The film, how much?
Absolutely. I always talk about desire, dedication, and discipline. For me, when I reflected back on my career initially, when I got inducted into the Hall of Fame, honestly, Pat, I had no idea what that was all about. And so I did an interview when I got inducted. I went to I think it was NFL Network. I did the interview with Chris Rose, and I got back to the house and I'm looking at the TV and it's all over the place, about the nomination, but I didn't understand the magnitude of it. I'm like, man, how did I get here? So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, yo, if I get in the Hall of Fame, I'm going to be like one of the greatest to ever play the game. I'm going to be like the Steve Young, the Jerry Rices, the Joe Montanas, all these great players. And so that's how I came up with my 3 Ds, my 3 pillars of success, which are desire, dedication, and discipline. And discipline, I think, is what is the ultimate. That's that lone word that separates the good from the great, because honestly, that's the bridge that separates a lot of good athletes from being great athletes. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of good athletes in this country, but there's only a handful of great ones in every sport. Otherwise, there would be great athletes everywhere. Overall, in totality, there's a lot of great athletes here, but there's a lot of good ones, but there's only a handful of great ones. And I think when you think about the desire, which I had, no matter, I could have been playing marbles. I could have been playing bocce ball. I feel like I would have gotten myself to be great at it or better than I started with it. And so I had to dedicate myself, honestly, to learn the receiver position. But it was my discipline that allowed me or enabled me to become the Hall of Famer that I am today. And there's a lot of things that just factored into it. It wasn't just me working hard. I had to learn about nutrition. I had to obviously take care of my body, lift weights, things of that nature. Each year, I acquired a personal trainer, Buddy Prim out of Atlanta. And after my 3rd year in the league, he was a guy that basically, like I said, he changed my workouts year to year based on things that he saw. This is a guy that was my personal trainer, but he was watching my run gait, and he was telling me the year before, like, yo, we need to do this. We need to do that.
So angry. You were so angry when you were running. Oh my God.
Hey, that's funny you say that, because I would get frustrated early on in my career. Like I said, I was raw, I was green. I wasn't the receiver that I ultimately became, but I would get so frustrated at myself because I wasn't as good as I wanted to be in a shorter period of time. And there were times that I would mess up in practice, or I would get ticked off about something. And Steve Young knew what was coming up next, and he called it my angry route. He knew what was coming. I was going to run an angry route shortly or thereafter. So it's funny you picked up on that. But that was some of the things really that kind of drove me and motivated me. But I mean, guys saw when I came into the league, I had guys when I walked in the locker room, namely Tyrone Drakeford and Steve Israel. These were defensive backs at the time. They were veterans, and they thought I was a linebacker because of my size. Yeah. And then they learned that I was playing receiver. Like they saw, and like as I went, the first few days or whatever of my rookie camp, they saw that I was weak in a lot of areas, and that was bump and run. So they knew that, like I said, if I had free access, that's a given. But I had trouble with bump and run, and so every day they faced me. We did one-on-ones. They were always in my face.
That's
always
good.
in my face.
Hey, that's good teammates. That's great teammates right there, man.
Right. But again, it helped me get better as a receiver. And then my coach, he kind of saw and picked up on some things and pulled me to the side. And he was like, yo, if you want to do this or you want to do that or if you want to be this is what you need to do.
You ever think about getting back into coaching ever? Because that's something that I assume never. Yeah, the timing is crazy.
No, because you see, black coaches. It's hard to get a job anyway. So if you're not like an offensive coordinator or anything, one of these top coaches, you're not getting paid a lot. And I had some coaches that were really just straight up honest with me. They pulled me, we had meetings and they left me. We had some one-on-one talks, and he was like, look. If you want to be successful, he's like, you want to be something in this league, look, coaching is not where it is. He's like, they're not paying us a lot of money to coach. So you got to have passion and love to coach. And that's what I don't have that passion to do that. Am I giving back with what I'm doing, the mentoring and training?
Yes.
I'll give it back to that degree. But if they're not paying me what they're paying offensive coordinators, then no. At least equivalent with the knowledge that I bring to the game, then it's not really worth my time.
Hey, listen. Me too, man. I have some former teammates that are going back to coach, and they tell me what their days are like and what they're getting paid. And I'm like, so that 5 minutes after the game, if you guys win, that's what it's all about, huh? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, man.
Good for you, man.
I don't know. I don't know if I can do that.
Right. And honestly, me knowing that and you saying that, really verbalizing that, like I said, these conversations that I had with coaches, dude, the number of hours that they put in, obviously, to make me and others better, as good as we are and better, then I felt it was part of my duty to at least allow them to reap the benefits of their work.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had some great personal relationships with, all but one of my receiver coaches. Larry Kirksey, David Culley, Ray Sherman. These are guys that honestly that I talked to, like these were considered male and father figures in my life that I didn't experience growing up. And I could share any and everything with these guys. And it was nothing that was off limits. And I felt comfortable. I felt safe. And I knew that, they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, Pat.
Yeah.
And so that's that. And that spoke volumes. And especially Coach Stewart, he was constantly, when I was in San Francisco after my third year with Larry Kirksey, he was constantly in my ear saying, dude, he goes, you're special. You can be a great one day. This was weekly. This was yearly. And ultimately, like I said, I started to see what he saw in myself, and I built on it. That was part of, like I said, those 3 Ds that I mentioned: desire, dedication, and discipline.
Yeah.
I just had to do things different than other guys to get to where I needed to be. Everybody's not as gifted as a DK Metcalf with the speed and the hand, this and that. Everybody's not as gifted as a Jerry Rice that wanted to be a receiver and wanted to be the greatest receiver basically coming out of the womb. I just basically stumbled upon playing receiver, given an opportunity with the draft, in '96, and that was all I needed. And that's what some of these kids need. They need opportunities. And so again, it's like we're alluding to, about me playing in the National Football League, because people say that it's not possible. It's never been done. Just give me an opportunity, and I can defy those odds.
I think everybody's excited to see you in the fan-controlled football league on Fubo TV.
Man, I'm excited to see myself in fan-controlled football.
Hey, they got a TO cam. I heard they're gonna have a camera.
Yeah, they're trying to work these things out. You know how technology is, and
hey, you're gonna be mic'd up the whole time. You're gonna be mic'd up the whole time.
I don't know how much they're gonna get out of me being mic'd up, because I'm not that. If you see all the highlights and all the sound bites that I've had throughout the course of my career, all of them are on the sideline, Pat. I don't really do a lot of trash talking while I'm playing. I kind of let that do the talking for me. But like I said, it's the TO show, so I may give them a little something.
I can't wait to watch. Thank you for joining us. You're the best. Good luck with everything, ladies and gentlemen. NFL Hall of Famer Terrell Owens. All right, we got to get to a break. That was awesome.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Big thanks to him for stopping by.
4-4.
Hey, I got a text from a couple people that said, I want to see it. That's what I believe. Why would he lie?
Yeah, right.
He says it out there. He's going to have to back it up. He knows it. He's playing football this month. I can't wait to watch. What a dynamic human. We'll be back on the other side with AJ Hawk, another special guy. Nailed it, by the way. I got special guy. I don't know if you got the whole thing there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I enjoy talking to him.
48. I thought he was like 42.
I mean,
maybe.
he's looked the same for 15 years.
The exact same.
Yeah.
And I was doing the, remember the sit-ups he was doing while I was being interviewed? He looks the exact same. Yeah, there it is.
16-pack.
Look at that fucking guy.
Does look the exact same.
It's unbelievable. When I saw him, who's fucking shoeless? Which? Have we ever talked about that?
No.
There's some people wearing, there's some slides, there's some shoes. Who's fucking over there? Will somebody tell me which bland white showed up?
Is that at the L.A. grounds that they showed on Hard Knocks? Maybe they're right,
By the
coming
pool,
off the beach.
right at the pool there.
I don't know.
I'm investigating.
I gotta go get a quote from T.O., I guess. Fuck. Somebody throw me a recorder. What a guy, man.
Yeah.
The narrative, though, was loud.
Oh, yeah.
And that was before social media. So literally everybody was getting their opinions shaped by a few voices, which is why I think the social media era is so great, because we used to learn about people through other people, because not everybody had a platform. So the people that were gifted and blessed with a platform had a lot of responsibility to paint the proper picture of somebody. And if they necessarily didn't like somebody or something, that could sway a lot of people's opinions and not get answered, by the way, until one of these other platforms allowed said person to answer. And then by that point, you're already being painted as an asshole who's just bitter about the whole thing. So he was a misunderstood guy. I'd assume there were some situations that were very real that did get explosive. But we just talked to Rappaport about this the other day. Back in the day, if something didn't work somewhere, the rest of the NFL teams were like, oh, impossible to deal with. Now it's like, just because it didn't work there doesn't mean it's not going to work here. Maybe they are terrible at interacting with people of his caliber of human or his personality, and we are not. Like, I'm very thankful he stopped by.
Well, and we'll see. Like, he obviously had his reasons or anything, but do you think that there's any way that NFL relationship gets any better? Like, you don't go to your own Hall of Fame induction, I feel like. And again, he had his reasons, but I feel like that's the kind of thing where
that's what I was trying to ask him about. Like, I was hoping that he doesn't look back on just like completely jaded eyes, jaded lens, because a lot of good happened as well. Like T.O. did some magical stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And just because like some people talked about it in a negative fashion, you end up with some bad relationships, which by the way happen in all walks of life, all businesses. You can see how it could happen in the ultra competitive, especially if you're somebody who clearly chip on shoulder motivated person, right? You heard him talk a couple different times about the opportunity, and he knew exactly 11 people were drafted before me or whatever. And I was drafted pick 89 in the third round. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. So like that was how he motivated. You could see how maybe there could be some disagreements. And now he was alluding to this. That type of stuff happens now, and it's like, all right, let's get him to a place that is working out. Like if we just listened about Odell Beckham Jr. at the New York Giants, and then when he goes to Cleveland, it doesn't work out. Without Odell Beckham Jr.'s social media presence or the ability to let his word or his side of the story be out there, or people at least stick up for him, imagine how that could have been painted like 15, 20 years ago. Now he goes to L.A. and he's the best he's ever been.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, he's home. Thank God he's got a guy and everything. Just a complete, which is great for OBJ, by the way, which we are all happy for, because watching him play football great is fantastic. But T.O., whenever he was wide, when he was doing his shit, he was fucking electrifying.
Yeah, he played in the Super Bowl against the Patriots with like
broken leg.
Yeah, 2 weeks after breaking his leg.
Still went for like 130.
Yeah, he had an unbelievable.
Hey, when he played his last season at 37 with the Bengals, he said he led the team in receiving. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Think he just never got an opportunity again?
I guess.
I thought he was with Seattle for either a preseason or a training camp.
He was.
Yeah, when I started listing names of teams that he was also on, I didn't know if I was 100% right when I stopped. So I kind of fucked that up.
No, but
you got them all.
He didn't throw them in there.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to add in if I did mess it up. That's just classic, bad host thing.
No.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. We're not up for another sports enemy. Let's get to a break.
Oh, that's AJ's fault.
Yeah, we're not up. We're not up for one. Didn't even get nominated.
Are you kidding me?
Next year. Remember, last year we said next year. So this year, we got to remember next year.
No nominations for anything. Not even,
best moment?
Yeah, best moment, best event.
When we beat COVID.
Most BFSs on a show?
definitely should win that one.
Definitely win that one.
Next year.
Next year.
Somebody set a serious reminder. Next year we try the Emmys thing.
I thought AJ was supposed to microdose these people at the functions.
Zito put it on the calendar. That's good. That's the first start. Microdosing's next.
Yeah, AJ said he was going to talk to Weinstein about it.
And Wexler.
Yeah.
You know who'll get it?
Who?
I want to let everybody know, in the second hour, Mitt's mock draft 2.0.
Here we go.
2.0.
Now we're talking.
That'll get it. Some phone calls on 5 Energy Phone Line in the next hour, as well as Bobby Wagner joining us in the third hour. Lots to get to on this glorious Wednesday, April 6, 2022. We'll see you in like 5. We are live in the home of the Trashers, alongside two of the greatest Pisons of all time, AJ and Jimmy Galante. What the fuck is International Ice Wars, and why is this going to be the most electrifying thing of all time?
This is a brand new sport. I figured we just cut out the middleman of the hockey, and we bring in just a hockey fight.
Since we have one of the most famous Italian families in American history, I would like to clarify some things. Am I allowed to just do this randomly?
Anytime you
Yeah, why
want.
not?
Don't worry about it.
Hockey. Let's get rid of the puck. Let's get rid of the stick. Let's just have these two Goliaths fight each other. Is this what hockey is in the future, you think?
Pat, there's an old adage that people say, I went to a fight and a hockey game broke out, and I think this is what we have here. You guys have captured the essence of it.
Hey! Am I allowed to emoji with both hands? Am I allowed to do this?
You can do whatever you want. Pat.
Whatever I want?
You do whatever you want.
How many fights May 21st?
We have an 8-man heavyweight tournament on May 21st. We have 2 weight divisions, 200 and up and 199 and down.
Am I allowed to do the hey, how's the mozzarella? You know, because they get all upset. Look, he's getting tight over there. Hey, what's going on with the mozzarella? Hey, can I get a little Vaseline? Hey, a little gabagola. Am I allowed to do that?
I have no problem.
AJ?
Yeah, I like it.
How you doing?
The thing I think people will like is it's hard to sit through 10, 12 rounds of boxing.
I get tired doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Each fight is 2 1-minute rounds.
There's a thing that rhymes with a certain brand of pop. I believe it's called Faygo Pop.
What kind of pop?
It's Faygo with an F.
yeah.
If I was to substitute that F, put a
I
D
see
in
what
it,
you're doing. Yeah.
am I allowed to, hey, what's going on? Look at us. Word. Am I allowed to say that?
I don't care.
Look at us.
We gonna pop the tops off, or we going bare knuckle?
They're wearing full hockey gear,
Okay.
helmet down to skates, but they do wear 4-ounce MMA style gloves.
Intros, how are intros?
I think it's going to be very WrestleMania-esque.
Pyro?
Yes, very WrestleMania-esque.
Hey, are you going to be in there just throwing money at the winner?
I would love to be able to go to Canada, but I'm not allowed in the country.
Because of, Hey, you fucking have nothing to say over there. Life just got so much better.
Do whatever you want.
Hey. What does the winner get? A title belt?
Oh, no. King of the ring, you get a crown.
Yes.
Oh.
Who is the judges?
The judges are going to be the current or previous hockey enforcers who know what to look for, rather than randoms like in boxing who've never boxed.
Do you plan on any ex-NHL goons getting in?
Hey, we'd love to if they're not scared.
Hey, come get a couple stick taps.
There's a lot of NHL guys that are super excited for this.
How do we know that the judges aren't gonna be paid off?
Yeah, because, you know,
to curb the people that may be some prejudice because of our front office staff, we have 5 judges per fight instead of 3.
Right.
So it's easy to pull one guy out, but with 5 it's a little more difficult, so just in case. And here's the best part, if one of the judges is a current fighter, okay? If we have a fight and you lose on the cards and you don't like it, you call out a judge for the next Ice Wars and fight them.
Shouldn't that be how life is a little
Yeah.
bit? Yeah.
If it goes to a draw, it goes to an immediate 30-second icebreaker round. On site. If the ref raises two hands, it's on site 30 seconds. Battle it out for the winner.
Let's go. Who will get the crown? We find out May 21st on Fight TV. Tickets go on sale first week of April. I see your hoodie.
Yes. You make sure AJ Hawk knows that you are a real Italian.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show. Hour 2 on Tim McAfee's birthday, April 6th, 2022, shall begin right now.
Yeah!
Missed it twice. Hour 3, I'll hit it. Not a bad sports show today. Had T.O. on the last hour, chit-chatting about his return to the game for fan-controlled football. FCF, April 16th on Fubo TV. This is the second season, or the third season.
One of the two.
I think third.
Third season of fan-controlled football. Last year, Josh Gordon, Johnny Manziel. This year, Johnny Manziel is back with T.O. also, and more surprises, they're saying. USFL's coming. XFL's coming, next year?
Yep.
And the NFL is?
154 days away.
Let's go!
There we go.
That's less days than the Igloo's got left in the construction. They have a countdown at the Igloo. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's more days.
Okay,
yeah,
more.
but it lines up perfectly. And to tie in your point from yesterday, 22 weeks from tomorrow. It's a little smaller of a number, a little easier to digest.
22 weeks is a bad
Days.
one.
I feel like I
That's
like
full
the days
football
better.
season.
We should do months, I think.
Months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 months.
Okay, so
3 months.
22 by 4. We're less than
I've heard
5
whenever
months
people
away.
go to jail, they count by months.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we are 4.5 months away. Starting
See,
tomorrow.
that doesn't sound.
That's not
That
bad.
sounds like a waste. God damn.
Yeah.
And my math might have been wrong. I think it's actually 5.5 months.
That's why. Yeah. That's why I'm watching 140 baseball games. That's a lot.
154 days, boys.
But if that was, I think 3 months sounds very close.
Yeah.
So when we get to the 3-month mark,
How far is that? It's a month and a half away.
2.5 months away, actually.
No, you got to split up though. We're only 20 days from the draft.
Yeah.
And
There we go.
and then there will be something else after that.
Bro,
And then
we
things
got
get
that.
really slow after the draft.
Well,
that's
after the
when the
draft, you're going to see probably the boys doing a lot of shows on location.
May, June, July is when.
Places.
June, July. Is
That's the stretch where,
after NBA playoffs, after NHL playoffs, and it's just middle of the season baseball.
July is an absolute wasteland.
At this exact moment, I just did some quick math in my ear. 3,696 hours.
I can't.
Until,
No, I can't do that.
until
I can't.
NFL football.
I can't do that. I can't hear that.
Well, 3,696 hours from now, guess what? It's football time. NFL football time.
Here we go.
Tell you what,
Just count down the hours, dude.
when
Until
you did
then-
that math in your head, you're a very trusting person.
I will
number is
spend
huge.
3,000 of those hours playing the Fanduel face-off.
Grandson superstars.
This is a problem.
It is
Yeah, it
a
is.
massive problem.
This Fanduel face-off thing is a problem. I don't play video games. I was on that thing 3.5 hours last night. My wife was playing Wheel of Fortune for a good 4 hours last night. It is skill challenges. You can get good.
Oh, yeah.
At the Grand Slam Superstar Challenge. I played that thing nonstop. We drove over to Illinois where it's legal for marijuana last
Right,
night.
sure.
We drove over there. I got all the vitamins. We have an apartment over there in Illinois where
Yeah.
we can, smoke and do
Yeah, of
something.
course.
I thought I was in the home run derby.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying my best to time. I was guiding hits at one point.
oh, yeah.
I was in a real groove. I won. I think I won a good $80 last night in a certain good hour run.
Oh, yeah.
Just hammering
Swinging a hot
folks in
stick.
this
Yeah,
thing.
swinging a hot stick. You do be careful because I did. I couldn't sleep last night. I played Grand Slam champion until about 3:30 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of $20 games. I'll tell you what, after a while, it's just like, okay, I'm in a good groove, but you lose, 3-4 of those in a row.
Oh boy, like $36 gone.
Yeah, boom.
What the hell happened?
Yeah, it's a real problem. It's very addictive.
They're going to add more games into that thing too.
Dangerous.
So it's called Fanduel Face-Off. It's an app. It is available in 30 states. I think in some states you have to be 18 plus. Some states you have to be 21 plus. Not 100% sure of all the rules. To be honest, we were just introduced to it yesterday morning in the office. To spend 90% of the time. You play Wheel of Fortune, some basketball shooting game that they got to figure that one out. That one's a little bit gimmicky or whatever.
I agree.
Bruce got into it.
He's odd shooter.
He said he won 35 for 35 on that guy. Do not run into Bruce in the basketball game. The King's Crossing. I don't fully understand
that's
that
the
one.
game.
Is it?
That's my game. Yeah, that's the only one I've been playing.
Okay, it has chess pieces, but it's not chess.
No, it's basically the entire board is covered except for 1 or 2 spots, and you have to get your king from the start of it to the end. And by doing that, you have to move the other pieces around.
And they do chess moves.
Oh, so the one goes in an L?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm out on that one, but you said it's a good one.
Yeah, I love
chess.
that one. That's the only one I'm playing.
Okay, the block one is Tetris, but it's a different Tetris because it can go up and sideways, and you can just place shit wherever, basically.
Some of the pieces are way too. There's a 9.
And you can't flip them.
One. Yeah, you can't turn them.
You love that one.
You can't turn them.
I mean, that's what I'll bounce around to if I run into this one son of a bitch on King's Crossing. We've had a pretty good back and forth here, but I don't know.
For those that aren't, you go in here. There's a lobby basically, and then you play. You say you want to play one of these games. The Grand Slam champion.
Oh my god,
is by far the
best video game ever.
It puts you in a lobby, and then it matches. You can play a game for 60 cents. The 60-cent games are where you will normally live, unless you get into a groove and you get a hot stick. Once you start getting some good wood, you're going to be tempted to go to the $12 one. It links directly with your FanDuel Sportsbook account or your draft or your fantasy football account, I think. They have made it very easy. This thing is a fucking game changer.
It is.
Great time to be the off season for this thing to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
They're looking to add more games. We're looking to add one more person to the show right now.
Oh.
A Super Bowl champion, a college football national champion, a COVID survivor. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. AJ.
What's up, guys? Football's on the horizon, I hear.
3,695 hours in 48 minutes.
Jesus
Here we go.
Christ.
Right around the corner.
So far, dude. 5 and
We're
a
on
half.
the back 9, right? We're on the back 9 of our offseason.
I guess for the months we are. No.
Back 9 weeks.
I think we're still waiting in the clubhouse.
Yeah,
to
I don't
tee it
even.
off.
I don't think we have a tea time yet. I don't think we have a tea time yet. I feel like we are in a little bit of trouble. Is the FanDuel Face-Off available in Ohio? And if it is, you need to get on there with your busted fingers.
No, FanDuel's not in Ohio, so I can't.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is.
Yeah, this FanDuel Face-Off is available in Ohio. Here's all the states it's available: Hawaii, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, the one Mississippi,
It's a big lake in Utah.
North Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin,
and Minnesota.
Minnesota, North Dakota. Wow. Over there, you got Oregon. You got California, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Hey, good on
Well
you.
done.
Hawaii, it's available. No, Alaska, it's available.
Yeah.
Maine,
What?
Vermont,
What?
Massachusetts,
What?
New Hampshire,
What?
Delaware.
I think it. Oh yeah.
It is
Is that
Delaware.
Delaware? That tiny one?
Or
is that Rhode Island?
Rhode Island.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
The FanDuel Face-Off. AJ, it is awesome. Listen, it is fantastic, this thing. They got a home run with this, literally, and figuratively.
So, well, because it's not sportsbook gambling, I guess I could still get it.
So it's a skills thing, actually. So it's actually a skills, because you can get better at it, which all of these games you can. So it's a skills challenge in which you can take on other people. It's a problem.
It's addictive.
Yeah.
I'm going to be every plane I'm on. It's going to be hard not to just practice that game. And there's going to be some sharks that are going to show up, but they try to pair you with similar players in your range. So it's like reading how you play so that you can get paired with.
So right now, you're saying is the time to strike because they don't really
Bingo.
haven't played long enough to know what level you're on.
Bingo. So there's people that have been on there a little bit longer than us too. And I walked into I walked into some trouble yesterday. I was starting to feel myself. I'm going up to 12. I'm scoring like 170, 180 in the baseball game. This guy, 220 right on my head. Bang. 215 right on my face. Boom. I'm like, all right, I need to go back down to the 60-cent games, I guess. Jesus Christ, get me out of here. And then you go in there. It's a fucking great game. Great game, AJ.
I mean, I don't know if, that doesn't sound like it's going to get old either for anybody. They're just going to continue to do that.
I think this is like the original version, I think. They're only going to continue to make that thing. Smart stuff, but congrats, Fanduel.
Genius. Hats off.
How about they just dropped it into our office yesterday, too, out of nowhere, in a meeting, in a Zoom call yesterday.
So did it just launched like yesterday?
I think it's pretty, I don't know when, because we're not in like the Fanduel emails. Like I don't know what everything that happens over there, the decisions that are made over there.
But you just became aware of it, right?
Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday morning we were made aware of it. Nobody downloaded it until immediately after the show. And then as soon as the show ended yesterday, it was everybody. Yeah. Baseball, basketball, chess, basketball, Wheel of Fortune, basketball, football. I mean, it was just like everybody was just on it the entire. It's hard not to. And you're making money off that thing.
How's the Wheel of Fortune?
It's all right.
Big words.
A lot of words.
Chess will be interesting, won't it? Like if some stud chess players, I'm sure they'll get on there if they can win money.
It's not like
it's
that.
Not. Yeah, you're not doing close Sicilian. You're not seeing.
It's not real chess.
It's more of a strategy game, I think, as opposed to like chess against somebody.
It's like that picture with the boxes, and you got to move the boxes around to complete the photo. That's the best way I understood it.
Yeah, like remember
like
that
Sudoku,
like that the triangle game where it has like the golf tees in it, basically, and you got to move the golf tees.
Chinese checkers.
It's just like that.
Okay, got it. Is that what that's called? Chinese checkers? No, Chinese checkers is the one where they have the
marbles
triangles.
and
I fucking love Chinese checkers.
Well, you don't even know what the game is.
Well, no, I know what Chinese checkers is.
Oh, I thought you were saying that T game was the Chinese checkers game.
Chinese checkers is cool checkers.
Well, I played checkers growing up, just standard checkers.
You go 1,000 different ways.
Yeah, but every time I'd stack those checkers on top of each other, I was the king. I fucking would be walk around.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's going everywhere. Fucking give me all your shit right now. And I'm going to get another one, and I'm never moving my back row either.
That's the way you got to do it.
You are never going to become a king. You hear me? Ever. Not against me. You are a peasant for this entire match. I just want to let you know. My grandma taught me that when I was like very young, and she played like us for like quarters and stuff like that, and she would just park it in the back. She did not care. I'm like 8 years old, 9 years old. She's got those things parked. I just got my checkers stacked. Like, are you going to... Can we play? Sorry about it. That's how you got to play.
Yeah, that's the game.
Then we play poker next, and she would just be hustling, I think, dealing from the bottom of the deck.
Oh.
I mean, Betty was a fucking wizard over there. Rest in peace, lady. But anyways, it's a great game. You should get on there. I assume it's going to be a smashing success for Fanduel.
Yeah.
Speaking of smashing success, before we get to Stefan Diggs getting a big-time extension with the Buffalo Bills, the Packers saying things are going to get interesting on draft night. Oh, maybe another quarterback.
Ooh, wow.
Ritter.
I wouldn't look
That was the last time it got interesting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, we weren't nominated for another Sports Emmy, AJ. What the fuck have you been doing? You had an entire year, did you not?
You did.
Call up Wexner, call up all your people, and let's do this. What happened, AJ? What took place?
Did the nominees just happen? Just came out?
Yeah, man. And honestly, like we had been thinking about this for the last 11 months, and we were anticipating it, and we certainly had no idea these were going to be coming out today.
No, of course not.
You had no
I mean,
idea.
this is a daily studio show.
Yeah, we know.
NASCAR
Do they
race
not count
hub.
us in this league?
We do it
This
daily.
is what we're talking about with you. You were the one that was supposed to get us into this.
In the studio.
I guess I'm not doing my, doing the right thing. I don't
clearly.
First
Fucking
off,
not.
I don't know anybody for any of this, and I don't think there's any chance we're ever on this list.
Well, yeah, I would like to kind of further that point. We will never end up on this list.
Probably not.
With that being said, these shows are good shows. I like
They
it.
are.
Shout out to all these people.
The NASCAR race hub.
It's a great show.
Great
it's not
show.
easy to do a daily show. Hey, it's not easy to do a daily
what
show.
are you talking about?
Nothing but respect for these people doing daily shows every single day. Sports Center's got like 45 hosts, but they still, you know what I mean? They still put out the bangers every single day.
That's right.
Give Dan give the Dan Patrick Show
Give
a
him
damn
an
Emmy.
Emmy.
Boys deserve
NASCAR
it.
race
He doesn't
hub
have one?
wins, we riot.
No,
No.
dude. Darryl Waltrip deserves that award just as much as everybody.
Patrick, come on.
Yeah, Dan
dude.
Patrick and the Danettes deserve one. I guess they have not won one ever.
Really?
Yeah, just Dan has, right?
Yes.
Dan has won one for like the Sports Jeopardy, I think, or something like that.
Who votes on this?
You tell us, dude.
Your people.
Your fucking group text message every night.
I don't know anything about this. I am curious who would vote on it if Dan's show hasn't won. Is someone upset because he left and did his own thing?
Oh, but he's on somebody else that's a big, like Peacock's rather large, right?
Yeah.
I'd assume the Universal folks got a pretty big pool in that whole thing.
Rich.
Just give Dan Patrick a damn sports enemy for the whole show. Those boys work hard.
Hell yeah.
What, AJ? You don't like that? Who do you want to win? NASCAR Race Hub?
Bro, I'm old enough to remember when Dan Patrick was on SportsCenter, killing it. He was an absolute celebrity. I mean, he still is, and he's great at what he does. My dad still talks. My dad watches Dan Patrick every day still, I think.
So do we.
Yeah.
We watch every single day as well. We're big fans. Rich Eisen, another OG in the game. Has he won one? I assume he's won.
He's probably won a couple.
Rich has had to have won a couple.
Didn't that NFL Network show?
Good Morning Football?
No, with Rich.
Yeah, they're not up for it?
Good Morning Football's up.
They are.
It's up top right corner. Schrags, once again. Emmy nominated.
Again.
Let's talk about the top 100.
Embassy Row, very talented company. I've worked with them in the past. They are the ones that did Good Morning Football.
Mm-hmm.
Are they the ones that?
What else do they do?
There was no sound.
What else do they do? I don't know anything about this.
Is that the show? There was no sound.
I believe they do the Men in Blazers, talking soccer.
Oh, yep.
I think they do the Men in Blazers show. Very nice people, those people. Very nice people.
Very talented.
They did put me on air for 30 minutes with no sound. It wasn't just me. It was also Portnoy and Trent.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Good
No one
mannerisms.
told you guys.
No one told us. We didn't get a heads up one time.
That was my favorite part. If someone would have told you guys would have made it very, very, very
Okay, so we got no sound. Let's figure out how to make this work. Okay,
Yes.
here we go.
Probably start just chugging beers.
Chugging beers,
Sign
writing
language.
things.
You probably would have learned sign language.
the amount of, there would have been an entire thing, but they have had massive success, obviously, everywhere. And Good Morning Football, multiple time Emmy nominated. Pardon the interruption, OG of the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Will Bond and Kornheiser, absolute studs. So Will Bond, a couple predictions not accurate, I guess. But the Sports Center we all love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We all love Sports
Yeah.
Center.
For sure.
I mean, I guess, personally, SportsCenter hasn't been worth shit in about 10 years.
No, you don't watch the late night ones. You
What?
fall asleep too early.
Usually, I'd rather watch NFL Network at this point, honestly, late night than I would SportsCenter.
Well, let's get back to NASCAR Race Hub now. Who does host? Is that Waltrip?
I think it's Waltrip, and I
think
believe
Bobby Labonte's on it.
I know
Daryl and Michael.
I believe it's Daryl. I think Michael zooms in every once in a while. I know they were talking about getting Gordon. I don't know if.
What about
Jeff,
Labonte?
I mean, if Jeff
Is
on
Kyle Busch in this thing?
I don't
Well,
think
he's
it's
still
any
racing.
current.
They talk
Yeah.
about Kyle Busch
Jeff
a lot.
Hammond,
So it's
Mark Martin
Alexander.
was on last week when I was watching.
About Rusty Wallace.
Adam Alexander,
Alex Alexander.
Adam Alexander,
Mark Martin in that
Shannon
Valvoline car.
Spade.
Yeah, Mark Martin he was wearing the Valvoline jacket, number 6.
What about Tony Stewart? Smoke.
Is Smoke on here?
Is Smoke on that show?
He was.
What about the
and
guy
then-
that did backflips that flew his own plane around?
Fucking Carl Edwards.
fucking Jamie McMurray.
I want to know why Marty and McGee aren't hosting this
Now,
goddamn thing.
that's what I was saying. If it was Marty and McGee with
Well, they're
fucking
ESPN.
Junior,
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure they have. You don't think ESPN's got a NASCAR show?
It's on Fox, I think. It's
It is.
on Fox.
I think they should just buy the IP and
Shannon
give it.
Spake, she's great. Adam Alexander, of course. Jeff Hammond and Caitlin Vincey. Listen, the show that NASCAR Race Hub puts on is top notch. Emmy nominated.
Yeah, I mean, how else am I going to get my NASCAR
Listen,
film?
I know fucking Bobby Labonte's.
No, you don't. No, he ain't. We just fucking
Bobby
pulled it up.
Labonte is on sometimes.
No,
Thank you.
not
I
on
knew it.
NASCAR
I
Race
fucking
Hub.
knew
Maybe
it.
on NASCAR, not NASCAR
Listen,
Race Hub. You
Bobby
guys
and
don't
Terry
get it.
Labonte are two of the brothers, two of the best brothers to ever race. One was riding around a fucking Kellogg's car before Kellogg's was fucking cool. Okay.
Okay.
And the other one was driving I believe number 18 Interstate Batteries car.
No, I would like to let everybody know. I wish I knew more about NASCAR. And to learn more, I'm going to watch fucking Caitlin Vincey, fucking Adam Alexander, old Jeff Labonte, and Shannon Spake, dude.
Who the fuck is watching these shows? Are you guys
Are you
fucking
kidding me? There's race fans everywhere.
I mean, come on. I cannot hold my tongue anymore about this bullshit on this goddamn screen. Get the hell out of here. Half of those fucking shows I've never even heard of. What the fuck are we talking about? Jesus Christ.
It might be a typo. I did not see Boomer and Gio on there either.
Oh.
Definitely typo.
We're not winning because Guppy's camera's out of focus right
Oh,
now. We look terrible.
Fanduel just got to Canada, too. Maybe if the Canada bet would get in there. Any Canadians got any votes on this thing, you think?
They got some good boosts on there for the Masters for Canada.
Speaking of, shout out to Canada, Ontario, Fanduel's in your time.
Didn't Canada stop doing the award shows because they just gave them the fucking Sports Rage every year, and so they decided, why are we even doing this?
Yeah.
Sports Rage has won 22 straight sports Canadian Emmys.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's what I
It's
thought.
Canadian sports Emmys. And really, Nobody else has even been upset about it because they understand.
And it's like a Dan Patrick situation, right? Because I believe Sports Rage was sick of it, and he wanted Com Stewart
he wanted
to finally
Com
fucking
Stewart.
get one, but the Raging Redhead hasn't yet.
All right. Well, good luck to all the people nominated. Okay, and I apologize for our ignorance over here on this particular. I need to watch NASCAR Race Hub though, because obviously it's a damn good show.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, with that being said, this show stinks always will. And we will never be on one of those sheets of paper.
Ever.
But if we do, let's make sure that we understand that there's going to be a lot of other shows probably saying the very same thing that you just fucking said about NASCAR Race Hub and others, okay?
That's fine. But we also understand, like, hey, we got a bunch of absolute fucking clowns talking into microphones over here. On their shows, they must be the cream of the crop because these Emmys are getting a little out of hand.
No.
Do they have an awards presentation? Because if somehow we were nominated one time, we all have to go. We got to roll in there like 25 deep.
Oh, yeah, one car, too. Imagine us in a...
getting out of a clown car.
The largest... Yeah, a Saturn. Is that what you said?
Yeah, if we all crammed in there, like 4 guys get out of the trunk.
Just kind of roll out, bust out the windows. No, congrats to everybody nominated. I understand that's a very real thing that goes on people's resumes. And we should maybe investigate and spend a little bit more time on NASCAR Race Up. And I realized that when you guys were all listing off names of racers, and after I said Kyle Busch, I had nobody. Okay. I had absolutely nobody. And I was listening here if Smoke's name was mentioned. Yeah. It was, I think, and then I just repeated it.
Right.
I need to watch NASCAR Race Up stat. I don't know shit about fuck over there.
I am pretty proud of my brain. Terry Labonte was in the number 5 Kellogg's cart, and Bobby was in the number 18 Interstate Battery cart.
Yeah, but neither of the fucking LeBonnies are hosting NASCAR Race Up. You're trying to hand it. On it. No, they are not. They are not on NASCAR.
They just gave them the list.
There's Caitlin Vincey, Shannon Spake, Alex Alexander, and Jeff Hammond.
Who do you want to be responsible? Because AJ was responsible for this award last year and it didn't happen. Do you want to ask someone else to do it this year?
You're right. Mitt.
Yep.
No, it's Mitt.
Nick, I need you to watch NASCAR Race Up every day.
His segment might get an Emmy on its own.
Hey, Mitt's Mock 2.0 might bring the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
It's coming up here in about 20 minutes. Can't wait for it. All right, let's hit some stuff. Stefan Diggs has reached a 4-year, $70 million guarantee extension with the Buffalo Bills. We are talking about this one day after fantasizing about him being an Indianapolis Colt because there was rumblings that he was not happy with his contract status after the Devontae Adams deal, the Christian Kirk deal, the Tyreek Hill deal. Stefan Diggs had a couple years left on his contract. They renegotiate. He's not going anywhere. Congrats to the Buffalo Bills keeping an absolute stud. Congrats to Josh Allen for keeping an absolute weapon. The Buffalo Bills seems like they're going all in. Hey, we are going to win a Super Bowl here, and they keep Stefan Diggs around. I think it's a great move. Your thoughts, AJ Hawk?
Well, yeah, everyone's picking them to win the Super Bowl, right? Like they have the best odds on most things you look at. So I think they understand the time they're in. Like, hey, this is our window. Let's maximize it. Do whatever we can. And hey, we talk about it all the time. Like, how you can manipulate the salary cap however you want, I guess. So you can pay your quarterback a ton, receivers. I mean, I don't know how you do it.
You think that's why we're not for an Emmy because we always talk about salary cap being a myth?
Could be.
Potentially.
You think this is big?
We're giving credit to them, though. We're giving credit to all of these GMs and these cap people that know how to manipulate everything.
And then maybe it's also because of the way we attack people's reporting of contracts.
Yeah, we've changed journalism. I don't care
what do you mean?
Not talked about.
Got to hold them accountable.
I want to let everybody know I don't want we remove ourselves from being able to win any Emmys. We'd like to not be nominated.
Hell yeah.
Ever again.
Respectfully.
We never won an Emmy.
No, we could do a show.
This is like I'm not fired. I quit.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
That's what I'm going to start doing.
Go live from outside the Emmy Theater, wherever that is.
Are you a little bit scared that Stefan Diggs is now in the division for at least another 4 years? You guys are in deep shit. There was rumblings he was going to go to Dallas. Remember? Trayvon Diggs and Stefan Diggs, the brothers always wanted to play together. There was eyeball emojis happening. Oh, my God, he's going to be out of there. Now you're going to have to deal with Josh Allen, who just said yes as he was excited about his best friend coming back and the man who has made his career so much better than when it started. Remember, his deep ball accuracy before Stefan Diggs got there was something everybody was questioning. This guy has like a 10% accuracy on deep balls, passes longer than 15 yards. This guy stinks. And then a lot of people, some people, with brains that talking to Mike Fenn were like, well, who's he throwing to? Who's he throwing the deep ball to? He had nobody really. They bring in Stefan Diggs. Everything changes for Josh Allen. In the past game, he put in a lot of work in the offseason. They've been a perfect marriage. Patriots are fucking dead, dude.
No, not at all. I mean, I'm not worried about it because we've seen it the past few years. Not having a J.C. Jackson is tough. I think more so, though, this season is strictly on how good Mac Jones plays because the Bills are going to score, the Finns are going to score. We play the AFC North. 3 of those 4 quarterbacks are unbelievable. They're all going to score.
4 out of 4.
Yeah, throw Mitch in there, sure.
They're drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter is going to be a Pittsburgh. Or Sam Howell.
Yeah, which also
Sam Howell maybe going to be a quarterback for the Steelers. He's there. He's Sam Howell. They're one of the 50 visits. He's going to visits.
They also brought in
Desmond Ritter's there today. Right now, he's eating some Primanti sandwiches. Sam Howell might be the future quarterback of the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. Mitchell Trubisky brought the boys down to his house in Florida.
Good guy.
That's good leadership.
Good leadership. That's
right. That's good leadership. Let's play catch in the backyard. Let's play a little cornhole. Let's get boozed up like Mac Jones is currently doing down in Florida with all his wide receivers.
Yeah, Devontae Parker's already down there. They're beer pong partners, so that chemistry's already at an all-time.
Did they win?
high.
Do we know if they won?
I'm going to assume they win. If Mac was just spitting on the floor like he didn't give a damn about anything.
He did drop a little on the floor of that dive bar they were in playing beer pong in the back of.
Hell yeah, which could have been, I mean, his own bar, because I assume he's got some investments down in Tampa. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, I'm
He's
sure.
not wearing no bulls. I just saw the spikes.
You can't get those no bulls dirty when you're drinking beer with the boys.
Well, this one he's playing catch with the boys. A lot of off-season workouts happening, AJ Hawk. How about the leadership, huh? That's how it was reported that Mitchell Trubisky had the boys down to his house in Florida to play catch. This is the type of leadership that everybody was talking about whenever he was coming to Pittsburgh. Aditi's reporting that out of the NFL Network. He has all the Steelers pass catchers, any other quarterbacks, Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins, down to his Florida home. Come on down to Naples. This weekend to throw and hang out. I'm told running back Najee Harris is going too. That's smart because he's a massive part of the offense. This type of leadership in the offseason by these quarterbacks, love to see it, AJ. Absolutely love to see it. What heroes, dude.
Yeah, you do. I think the main thing you get from this is being around your teammates in other environments. Yeah, you're going to be thrown on the field, of course. I sure as hell hope that maybe if they play golf, they go play a round of golf together. They hang out. They have dinner. They go play beer pong together.
Yeah.
That's where you get better. That's where you come together as a team, and you can't measure it. But you've said it before. When you see people in a different element, outside the locker room, outside of practice, you're like, oh, okay. I always hated this douche. This guy's actually pretty cool. That happens.
That guy just chugged a beer right there.
No one's going to say that.
Good to see you, man. I can't believe you did. I had no idea you did. Imagine Mac Jones just being an absolute sniper on that beer pong thing.
Assume he is.
If we're to judge him doing a little on the ground, probably pretty boozed up. To get boozed up, he's been on that table a long time. Him and Devontae was shirtless. I mean, they're holding court at that damn beer pong table right now. Good for them. You guys might go undefeated next year.
It feels like we might, Pat, especially, when Bill Belichick gets in the lab on the offensive side of the ball. People have no idea what that guy's going to come up with. He's going to come out with, 7 offensive linemen, and then he's going to throw to one of them. No one has a clue.
Tyrann Mathieu visited the New Orleans Saints yesterday in his visit back to Louisiana. We saw him give a speech at LSU with Brian Kelly, who's still dancing on that goddamn. He's going to turn that place. He's going to be a guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be a great coach down there. I mean, he had Tyrann Mathieu.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, Tyrann Mathieu at practice giving speeches. If Tyrann Mathieu is giving you the okay, I assume recruiting-wise you're going to be all right. He's making all the right moves. And, being able to recruit guys that play sports all year round down the South, it's different down there. You talk to a lot of guys around the football world, they say, Notre Dame ain't ever going to win a national championship. Why is that? Well, Notre Dame's running about 0.3 seconds slower 40s than everybody that's on the field for the national champion teams. That's just going to be how it goes. Brian Kelly's going to do his thing. But Tyrann Mathieu also stopped by the Saints facility. Who knows if that was a tour, a chit-chat, a business meeting. He said via Pro Football Talks Mike Florio, I don't think the Saints need me, but it'd be good to go home. I don't know if he's playing a little leverage game, self-handicapping, what's going on. But I like that Tyrann Mathieu's testing the market out, AJ.
Yeah, dude, I think he seems like he's taking his time. He's going to go. He's not just chasing the biggest contract, it seems like. So I want him to go to an absolute legit contender.
Yeah,
don't
me
you?
too. Yes, I want to see Tyrann Mathieu on the Indianapolis fucking Colts. What were you going to say, Toad?
Well, I was going to say, in regards to Brian Kelly, I mean, Les Miles was eating grass and winning a national championship, and Coach O was slinging that thing all over campus and won a national championship.
What was he doing shirtless about to fight those dudes?
Yeah, I don't know.
St. Patty's Day.
No.
That's what it was.
Was it St. Patty's Day?
It looked like it was Dahn. It might have been St. Patty's Day, but it was Dahn in spring break.
Yeah,
Daytona.
Yeah.
Was that Daytona, Donner?
I think so.
Could have been St.
How about him shirtless, good tan, yoked?
If Coach O is shirtless in a packed like college bar, he has to assume like some people are going to take some pictures of him, maybe a video here or there.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew what he was doing. I think he was having a good time.
Yeah.
I think just by looking at it, I didn't see a lot of it. I thought maybe it was a bit. Like, did he do it for those kids? Like, hey, you guys gonna film me? I'll act like I am what you are. You know, like, I don't know if that's what he said. You know, he kind of licked his lips and everything.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it was a weird. I thought it was a work. I thought it was a work.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't.
If it is, hey, credit to all involved because
Was he on the dance floor?
Well, yeah, I think he was
heading that way. Yeah. Blacked out, heading that way.
He was having a good time, as he should, by the way. National champion.
Yeah, there you go, coach.
Do what you got to do, pal. Don't let these kids judge you. It was kind of an interesting video, though. I think we all said, "God, I hope I'm not doing that when I'm that age."
Who is he with?
That's a coach.
Is the question.
No one.
No one. I think that was the biggest issue I had with the whole video. It was like somebody should be like, "Hey, Coach O, let's do this like not in front of 2,000 people."
Yeah.
But also, hey, I guess live your life.
Yeah,
What if he just wants to live his life?
He's recruiting down there. You know, hitting up the dance floor, seeing what he
He's
likes.
not coaching anywhere. He's just living his best life.
I'm not talking about coaching.
He's doing for himself.
Different kind of recruiting. He's seeing who wants to go back to the Motel 8 with him and go to the executive suite.
Oh, take Coach O ride.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no. Who wants to go to... Look at that guy. He is yoked, though, AJ. He would run your ass over. Look at the size of that head.
Look at me.
I would not mess with. I mean, he looks. Yeah, is that a senior frogs?
Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome.
Good skill there.
Is that in the Keys? Where do you think he is?
And he has are those like khaki shorts? So he probably wasn't expecting to take his shirt off. Maybe he just got a little hot.
Yeah, I think he's maybe, he had a golf round and then decided to stop by afterwards, have a couple drinks and just, they bogey all around too. Then the sun, it was so hot, so humid.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I thought the bayou was bad. It's nothing like it.
I feel like Coach O's just a guy, if he gets 2 or 3 of them, the pop the top.
Tarps off.
With that being said, I was a man who was arrested at 4 a.m. shirtless and it was 29 degrees. So I have zero judgment on anybody, okay? But it is an interesting sight to see Coach O in khaki shorts all by himself, shirtless, drunk, and his senior frogs walking.
I like it, though. He's probably sat there his whole life and he's driven by these awesome places. I mean, that'd be cool to be involved in one of those fun situations someday.
How many shots did he buy for the guys in the back right there?
That's what I was going to say. Those guys in the back are looking over like Coach O just told those kids he's going to rip their heads off.
What if that one guy was like, Coach O was like, hey, I'm going to beat the bayou in there. It had to be a work, dude.
What was that?
I don't know.
I'm going to beat that everybody in there.
You translate that?
You heard.
I mean, let's be honest. Every time that guy spoke, we had no idea.
No.
I love him for it. Love him. Absolutely love him for it. We are Coach O's fans. We have to let that be known. And if he wants to go live his life like this and do this, do whatever the hell you got to do. But somebody at some point should have put captions on fucking everything he did. He was probably saying some really deep stuff. And we had no idea. That man won a national championship. And nobody had a clue what he was saying at halftime or after the game. That's just a Coach O appeal.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach O.
All you knew he was saying was go Tigers at the end.
Go Tigers.
Always where you make it.
All right, let's take some phone calls here before we get to a break. Let's go to Drunk Luke in Pennsylvania. Speaking of, he's maybe a senior frogs over there in Pennsylvania. Drunk Luke, what's going on, pal?
Pat, boys, how you doing?
Hey, doing?
Boys, you there?
Yeah, Drunk Luke, how you doing, pal?
Hello?
Hello, Drunk Luke.
Oh, I'm going to do it again.
All right, there it is. My bad. Shit broke up. I think I'm still fucked up from when you sent me to that patron saint in Indianapolis back in June.
Oh, Drunk Luke. This is the guy.
There you go.
Hey, this is a good guy. This is a good dude, actually. He came to the Further Brand event, I believe. Asked me where to head afterwards, go to the patron saint, and I guess they gave him all of the tequilas that they had, and they have all of the tequila. Hey, appreciate you coming out here, dude. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. How you boys doing?
Hey, not too shabby, pal. What do you want to talk about?
I got 2 things for you.
Great.
First, why won't your boy Ballard pay for a receiver? Do they just not want any weapons besides Taylor out there at all? Does he not want a championship?
He offered, and who knows if this is real or not. Maybe I'm making it up. We don't know. He offered 4 years, $69 million guaranteed to Stefan Diggs.
That's right.
We don't know if that's true. $70 million, just $1 more million. You know, and that was really the straw that broke The entire deal's back right there. So we don't know what is happening behind closed doors is what I'm trying to say. Maybe he has some offers. Allegedly, Stephen Holder, who writes for The Athletic now, covers the Colts. He said that there was an offer out to Tyrann Mathieu, but what Tyrann Mathieu was looking for and what the Colts offered was a little bit different. I think he put that out in a tweet. I don't know if he was saying he heard that, if he knew that, or if that was definitely the case. But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, Drunk Luke. That's what I think is a pretty big deal, and we won't know until after all this shit comes out, you know?
Fair enough. And then for all you at the office and for the Hammer Down boys, why don't you just go ahead and lock in a futures bet? Pittsburgh Penguins to bring home Lord Stanley fucking Cup.
Yeah, that's right. You Bruins fans would know nothing about that, you fucking losers.
Yeah, right.
And then the Red Wings, you get a win over the Bees. Way to go. You lost your last 7 before
We're in
that.
tank mode right now. We're looking on to next year.
They're in tank mode beating the Bruins.
They ain't in tank mode.
Hey, you saw what's Colorado Avalanche did to Pittsburgh Penguins last night? What's that all about?
They did it a couple days before, too, right?
Yeah, and then we lost to the Rangers twice, and then we got the Capitals this weekend. If we become the Eagles of the fucking NHL and we can't beat a single good team, I'm going to start getting really upset with my sources, who I continue to tell me that the Penguins, greatest program in the NHL. What the fuck is going on, Nick?
Oh, you're putting this on me?
Yeah.
I think I'm a fair and objective fan when it comes to the Pittsburgh Penguins. I state precisely where they stand. Some people like to put a little pressure on them. They like to turn up the heat a little bit, say, hey, live up to the expectations. These are the greatest players in the NHL, and this is the best team. They have been the model franchise outside of the Tampa Bay Lightning, who've also won 2 back-to-back. First teams to do it since the bum Red Wings bought all their players in 2000 before the salary cap.
They cheat, too.
Let me tell you this.
Well, no, what I heard from Nick there is that we're winning the Stanley Cup, so that is your fault. Because I just heard everything I just heard you say, which is what you say all the time. I just heard that we're winning the Stanley Cup. What are you going to say, Tone?
The Avs are the favorite to win the Stanley Cup right now, okay? You remember who was the favorite to win the Goodwill Games back in D2 when Team USA was the Mighty Ducks?
Iceland?
It was Iceland, okay?
Goddamn right.
You know who won? Who lifted the cup in that?
Quack.
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 Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack.
This is life imitating art right now.
Yeah.
We are the Mighty Ducks representing the United States.
Wait until AJ's brother-in-law, let's go shake their hands.
Yeah, that's all they're going to be doing. After we triple deke you guys to fucking death. Wait till the goalie's the shooter, dude. Yeah. The Stanley Cup is coming home, and there ain't nothing anybody can do about it. Let's get to a break. On the other side, there is some other news that has been happening that we need to chat about. Bobby Wagner's contract, 2 years, $17.5 million. He'll be on in the next hour to chat with us. I got to talk to him last night for like 10 minutes. Seems like a great guy, AJ.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, everything I hear, I'm a giant fan.
Surefire Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Never gets talked about.
Yeah, he's not a self-promoter. I think that's probably part of it.
Well,
he gets talked about. He gets talked about, but definitely not enough.
Every time there's a game, this guy's a really good player. Then when Seattle's not on, they're never talked about.
No.
Is it that West Coast bias you talk about?
I think so, yeah. The Rams are trying to debunk it because it is LA, but what's that?
He was so early on, too, when
Legion.
the Seattle was going to the Super Bowls.
Didn't he have a pick?
That was
no.
Bruce
MVP.
Irvin?
No, it wasn't Bruce Irvin.
Malcolm Smith.
Malcolm, yeah. MVP of that game.
Yeah. All right, we're back in for more phone calls, more chatter. Next hour, Bobby Wagner. He texted me, hey, what's up? This is B-Wags. He meant to write. His phone wrote Beagles. Sweet. So I responded, what's up, Beagles, man? He was very great. I think it's going to be a really good conversation. I think I feel the feel I had from last night's chat is like, oh, here we go.
What time?
And he negotiated his own deal. 2:15 Eastern Standard, 11:15 over there on the left coast. That gets fucked with the biases of media. We're back in for it. Cheers. Wow.
McAfee with the right hand. There he made the same mistake Pat McAfee made earlier. There he is stunned on the second rope. What does McAfee do here? Whatever it takes, apparently at this juncture, Pat McAfee now on the middle rope with Austin Theory. Now McAfee on the top rope. That has been so impressive. All the way to the top rope. Pat, you better be sure about this. Go for it all. You better be sure, Pat. Go for it all. Theory looking to counter. Theory, a couple jabs there to the abdomen of McAfee. Lands at his feet. Wow. Theory can't believe it. He said, what the hell? I can't believe it. Austin Theory not sure what to do. Holy moly, look at the agility. He just leaped to the top rope. You gotta be kidding me. That was sick. For the brand. And so is this. Superplex by Pat McAfee. Come on, Pat, cover him. Cover him, Pat. Yes, for the win. For the win. Theory kicked out. Damn it. I believed in that moment, Michael. I believed in that moment that Pat McAfee was going to earn a victory over Austin Theory. But look at the athleticism of McAfee here. He leaps to the top rope, then he delivers a superplex. I mean, I knew Pat could move, but my God. Again, Byron, this is WrestleMania. This isn't his ring in his studio in Indianapolis, goofing around with McAfee's boys.
I have a surprise, obviously. That's what this show is all about. We have boots on the ground in Cleveland, who I assume knew this was going to happen all along. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Cleveland, Mr. Jason Glazer. Your thoughts on Kyle Pitts to Atlanta, fine sir? Oh, there's a delay.
Well, first and foremost, Pat, I'd like to say, hey, listen, thanks for having me. Cleveland is beautiful this time of year. Granted, it does smell like a mixture of poop and diarrhea and sewage.
Jesus.
It doesn't smell great down here.
Jesus.
But I'll tell you what, 27 years in this thing, I fucking live for the draft. Love being down here. Love being into Cleveland. But yeah, Kyle Pitts, listen. What do you want me to say? I knew this 2 weeks ago. Really? I mean, do we need to do this whole fucking song and dance?
Okay.
I'll give you guys 1 through 32 if you want to know. You know, do you want to have fun?
That's nice.
You want to not know who's going? But yeah, I had this 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm wondering is if the guy you had in your studio, Mlb Kiper, I know that sorry son of a bitch didn't have this 2 weeks ago.
Mike's not plugged in.
Whoa. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I actually just explained it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't. No, you
Yes, I
didn't.
did. I
No, you
had
didn't.
this.
I did.
Yeah,
I
no,
did.
no, you
I
didn't.
did. You
I had this. I
did.
had
You
it.
didn't.
Trust me. Can
You
I
didn't.
talk for Christ's sake?
Okay, fine, yeah.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
talk? Okay,
Go ahead.
yeah. Like I said, Kyle Pitts,
No, you
unbelievable
didn't.
talent.
No, you didn't. You didn't fucking have
Yes, I did.
You're a bad sack of shit,
Jason.
Kiper. I know it. I looked at your mock draft.
Jason, please relax. Oh my God.
Jeez.
Had no idea it was going to get like that. Sorry about that, Mad Mel. Obviously, there's a little bit of content there. He's saying you don't know your ass from a fucking hole in the ground, though, Mad Mel. How do you feel about that from Jason Glazer live in Cleveland?
Well, classic move. You know, Glazer looks like he's getting ready to go to a goddamn titty bar or something like that. I mean, dress up, pal. It's the NFL draft. Look at me. I'm dressed to the nines. You know, you look like an asshole. I mean, just get him out of here, can we? I mean, is he going to stick around? Can we get him the hell out of here?
I think is his microphone still on? Jay, can you hear us? Jay, is everything good back there?
Listen, fuck you guys. I'm out of here. I'm going over to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm going to hang out with Dee Snider and Twisted Sister.
Are you serious? Okay, Jason, sorry. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, Jason Glazer.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Most guys have tried numerous different ways to last longer in the sack, but thinking about Mitt's latest mock draft doesn't always work.
Definitely not.
That's why the folks at Roman, an online men's health company, are changing the game with Roman Swipes, the secret to longer lasting, better sack.
Hell yeah.
Roman Swipes are a clinically proven way to last longer in the sack. They're effective, easy to use, and fact-acting, and they don't require a prescription.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
And they deliver to your door in discreet packaging so nobody even knows you got your tag team partner in your back pocket.
That's nice. Love that.
Super easy to use. Just take the swipes out of the packet, swipe it on, let it dry. You're good to go. Go to GetRoman.com/Pat and get $10 off your first order of swipes plus free 2-day shipping. Make sure you click the link in the description. Get $10 off swipes so you can start having longer lasting, better sex. Free 2-day shipping. It's pretty good. Be here by the weekend.
Yeah.
Be here by the weekend.
That's right.
I don't know what you guys got planned. You know, the world's opening back up. Whether with the love of your life or a lady that you're trying to find out if she's the love of your life, go ahead and put on a show in there with our friends at Roman. Go to GetRoman.com/Pat. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ, it is time. You hear me, AJ?
Are we talking Mitt?
Oh.
Did he revise it?
He already knows.
Oh, we're talking that shit. That is all of it with our guy, PMI Mitt. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Mitt's Mock Draft 2.0 with Emmett McMahon. Atta baby, Mitt. Okay, Mitt. Now, version 1.0 really shocked us all. To be honest, I was discombobulated with the amount of information that was flowing out of your mouth while you were speaking about the draft. 1.0 had Aiden Hutchinson going first, Trevon Walker, Caden Thibodeau, Kyle Hamilton, Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, Evan Neal, Chris Olave, Sauce Gardner, and Jermaine Johnson out of Last Chance U, rounding out the top 10. Here we are 1 week later. I'm sure you've had your ear to the ground and you've been scouting all these pro days. Is there any changes, and how do you feel about it?
Yes, I've had my ear to the ground, Pat, and I've had a lot of changes, honestly.
Ooh.
A lot of change of heart.
We thought the first one was good. Why
Yeah,
just 7 days away?
I mean, we're seeing all this accumulation of information on the internet of these teams that are they want to make moves. Some teams need quarterbacks. Some teams need pass rushers. That's really the top of this draft here.
Okay.
We got a lot of good receivers. We got some teams like the Green Bay Packers looking to make a move to get a receiver.
In this new top 10, in the new Mets mock, you got the Packers making a move?
Oh, the Packers might be making one of the biggest moves.
Man. This comes after Mark Murphy saying things might get interesting. Mitt's like, you're goddamn right. Wait till you see my mock 2.0.
Bingo, Pat. That's exactly
Put
what
that
I
thing
thought.
up on the screen, Foxy. Full screen. Aiden Hutchinson still number one. You like that?
Yes, sir. I think Aiden Hutchinson's a lock for number one. This guy was, we were talking about him as a Heisman candidate. What do you mean? Like, everybody's trying to just add in just random other people. No, it's a lock. Aiden Hutchinson, number one.
Malik Willis, number 2 overall to the Detroit Lions. Wow. Congratulations, Foxy. You got a quarterback.
Congrats, Foxy. You guys finally got a quarterback after Matt Stafford just left you 1 year ago. You guys got 1 year with Jared Goff to really make sure this guy's legit. Give him a redshirt year. He's a project, is what scouts were calling him. So I guess he needs a redshirt year. Detroit seems like
he'll fucking be started by week 4. You think MCDC's going to see what Jared Goff's doing out there and see what Malik Willis? Hey, Goff, we'll pay you $30 million. Go ahead and sit right here, put the headset on, help us get out.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. I mean,
He
maybe
probably
a little
doesn't
baby
even
line.
need coffee anymore.
Who? Douche.
Malik is his coffee.
Douche.
I love this, Mitt.
Yeah, way to go. This mock 2.0 is really getting Detroit happy. Let's go to number 3 overall. You have Trevon Walker going to the Houston Texans.
Yes, absolute freak out of Georgia. A lot of people have him going 1. That's the new trendy. That's the new trendy pick. I think he does fall to 3 here, and it's a funny way to say fall, but yeah, he could be the best player in the draft. Could be kind of a bust. You really don't know with this kid.
AJ, you hear that?
He had a lot of production this last year.
Big upside, Mitt says.
So
hey, you know what they say about what's that? Potential.
Yeah.
Potential get your ass fired. Your dad's been fired because of a lot of potential. Okay? And you've had to move around the country.
I don't know.
You've had to move around the country because potential. You don't think that'll scare anybody? You actually got him going to 3 overall, huh?
Yeah, I mean, potential definitely gets your ass fired. But this guy, I mean, he's 6'4". He runs like a fucking 4.6 or 4.4.
He's super versatile too.
Yeah,
he'll work out.
He played D end
Yeah.
and D tackle. Now he's kind of playing a little edge. They had him slimmed down at Georgia, so we'll see. Let's see how he transitions as a pro.
Sauce Gardner going to the New York Jets. You had him going 9 overall last week, and now you got him going 4 overall. What happened?
Really, I think his tweet, him saying that he's the best in the draft, it really kind of pushed me. I agree. I honestly agree. I think he's the best player in the draft.
That's
He's
so
a
hype.
hell of a damn player. And also, people think that you're not really looking for corners. How the hell can you cover a Stefan Diggs? How can you cover a Tyreek Hill? How can you cover these amazing players without a corner?
Devontae Parker.
Bingo.
Yeah, you're talking about the Jets in the division, I believe, is what you were alluding to there. It was great analysis. 5, you got Kenny Pickett going to the Carolina Panthers, trading with the New York Giants.
So the Carolina Panthers are going to get scared here. Matt Rule is going to get scared. He's going to lose his guy. He had Kenny Pickett committed to Temple way back in the day when he was the coach there. The Giants are going to be shopping this pick around. They do not want two top 10 picks, and the Carolina Panthers are going to end up getting scared. See Malik Willis go 2. Make sure just get that 1 pick up there, and then get their guy.
Okay, number 6 overall, Drake London. This is the first wide receiver off the board. You have Drake going to the Green Bay Packers in a trade with Carolina.
Yeah, I have. So basically, New York here has just taken their pick and parlayed it into a bunch more, or maybe even some assets. And Obviously, the Packers, they need a receiver. They lost Devontae Adams. This kid's film, he does a lot of stuff. He can line up in little bunch sets. He can line up on the X. He can line up with other people. He can line up in the slot. He has great separation in the red zone, just like Devontae Adams. I think he'll be
What's
a
his
great
size,
fit.
Mitt? Do you know his size?
He's like, what, 6'4", 6'3"?
He's big old body, yeah.
Yeah, he's big, fast as shit. There's a reason why people think that he's going to go top 5.
Okay, so he's top wide receiver in this draft class via Mitt's mock 2.0 right here.
Yeah, right.
What
now.
happens if Olave puts out a tweet?
I mean, Chris Olave has had a little better, in my eyes, a little better production in college.
Whoa. So all you need is the tweet.
I mean, honestly, there has just been a lot of hype around Drake London, and that's why I did put him above Chris Olave here.
Okay, Olave's going 8 overall to the Falcons. You got Evan Neal, the first tackle being taken is the New York Giants there at 7.
Yeah, Evan Neal played right tackle and left tackle at Georgia. I think not Georgia, Alabama. I think he's going to have to play right tackle for the Giants. They need a right tackle. They need a plug-and-play guy. So that's why I think that they're going to go with him over Akiwa.
Icky.
Yep.
Jermaine Johnson, you got to figure that out for your mocks.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to pronounce
Need
these
the
people's
names.
fucking
That's why he's not in the top 10.
Yeah, well, that's probably once he learns how to pronounce his name, that motherfucker's coming right up
top
to 10.
5.
Yeah. At 9, Jermaine Johnson, he moves up 1. Congrats to Last Chance Hugh. Jermaine going from 10 to 9. That's probably a couple $100,000 difference. Yeah, JB loves that guy.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's a dog. And then who do you have slipping into the top 10 here? Edge rusher for the Jets?
Kayvon Thibodeau is dropping here. He's dropping all the way down to 10. A lot of people are saying that he's kind of a turd. He's had some of his own quotes that are kind of sound like he's uncoachable.
Wait, just real quick. Mitt grew up in football world. Turd means like somebody that is going to get in trouble off the field and in the locker room and everything. It is a actual it is actual word used to define people and describe people. You do not know this guy personally. You're just saying this. Once this word gets thrown around about somebody, it's like a distraction almost. Like, hey, this person is a distraction. It's not good. That's where Mitt is coming from. Not that he knows this guy actually.
No, I do not know him personally. And honestly, I kind of think he might be trolling some interviewers here with his questions or with his answers to questions. Because they're really setting him up. They're setting him up, just asking him like, "Hey, everybody says you have a bad work ethic and that you're uncoachable. What do you think?" And then he just says, "Well, you guys think I'm Jadeveon Clowney 2.0 and that I'm uncoachable, so that's right." And
Clowney though has had a hell of a career.
I mean, he's gotten paid a lot
Thibodeau
of money.
was the number 1 overall favorite after last year's draft when they put out early odds to go number 1 this year.
Oh, so there's I did not know this about this gentleman, but I assume this is a guy that some coach is going to have to fall in love and be like, yes, we'll be able to handle him, and it has to be some culture. Are the Jets the culture that you think he'll be able to fit into, you think? Maybe Bob.
Yeah,
Bob Saul.
Yeah, I mean,
Bob
Saul's a big defensive guy. I was really looking at the Jets, and their pass defense was abysmal last year. So I was thinking that they have to just definitely bring in at least somebody in the secondary, someone off the edge, and just get it going.
Get younger, get faster, get quicker. And Bob Saleh, great guy to deal with, I would assume, personalities. I hope it's not true about Thibodeau, by the way. That is not cool for this to be happening. Maybe it's just smoke and mirrors for him to drop, by the way. But we will stand by Mitt's Mock Draft 2.0 until Mitt's Mock Draft 3.0, which maybe it'll be status quo, no changes. Laissez-faire. Or maybe there'll be massive differences with more tweets. Ladies and gentlemen, Emmett McMahon with Mitt's Mock Draft 2.0. Way to go, Mitt. Way to go. Guy loves that stuff, AJ. Loves it.
I tell you, people need to listen. Mitt has some. He has some gems in there. Honestly, he has real insight.
Thank you, AJ.
Hey, no problem, Mitt. Speaking for Mitt there, or speaking for AJ there. Last week when he started speaking, I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be terrible. Like, I actually thought to myself, this is not going to be good. And then he started dropping dimes like, well, actually, you watched the film. He had a transfer. He wanted this. He's a much better player than people are giving him credit for. And if you look back with that defense, what he would have been doing, I was literally, I got lost almost. Like, holy shit, what is happening right here? It's incredible work by you, Mitt. You should be proud, buddy.
Thank you.
Mitt knows more people in the NFL than the majority of anyone out there, too.
Yes. Mitt has been in an NFL building longer than anybody that is putting out any other mock drafts, by the way.
Yeah. As sources.
Mitt has been in an NFL locker room picking up jocks and socks since he was like 7, 8 years old. What does he know?
A lot.
We'll find out. We're going to check it. I mean, what if he goes 0 for 10? I mean, it'd be status quo in that community. The mock draft one, I guess, is not always great.
No.
Because how could you know unless you're a Mitt? Can't wait for next week's edition. Hour 3 will be on the other side. We'll have Bobby Wagner join us to chat about his new deal with the LA Rams. What happened with Seattle? How excited is he to be back in his hometown? More phone calls on the 5 Hour Energy phone line, 1-833-4-McAfee. We'll see you in about 6 minutes. Cheers.
We're appreciative of celebrity fans that come out, but there are just simply some that are like, oh, we're from here, this is what we do, we root for this team. That's not the case here, and that's why I wanted you on here.
Nobody wants to play the Blues in the playoffs. We're a heavy team, we're mean, and we're relentless, and that they don't play hockey like that anymore, especially the the high flying teams. And all of a sudden the playoffs happen, and you guys see it, the heavy teams, all of a sudden, nobody wants to play them. Nobody likes playing the Sharks a couple years ago. Nobody liked playing, the Blackhawks back in the old days. And it's just, it's a different beast, and we're built for it.
You know what, Hammer, I love the way you do this. You talk. He knows his shit, guys. I told you this. Like,
And then like the '80s happened, and Hully happened, and Shanahan happened, and Scott. We had so many great players come through our organization that. And lost them in the weirdest, most Byzantine, awful ways of stupid trades and bad arbitration, and and then we lose Shanahan, we get Pronger, and everybody hates Pronger, and then Pronger becomes an all-star, and then we of course we don't win with him, but he wins that Anaheim or wherever he won, and you're just like, we can't. We're snake bit, and then something like 2019 happens, and it's all worth it. So I just been around long enough. Like that's really it. Through Steiner, I was inducted into the Blues alumni kind of unofficially / officially. They gave me one of these bad boys.
Oh,
so
look at that! Got you one of
I
these.
feel pretty strong about that.
Hey, can we see that one more time? That thing was beautiful. Look at that thing.
I genuinely enjoy going to hockey games. I never played. I mean, I played pickup hockey. I can skate. I can go forwards and backwards. But I never really played. I wasn't raised with a lot of money. Hockey equipment's expensive. We're not in Canada where it's like, everybody's got 10 brothers and hand-me-downs and whatnot. I was an only child. I just love the game, and I love talking about it. I love watching it. I've turned my girlfriend on it, and her sister and their friends. They love it. They've become Blues fans. It's like, of course, the first year that they're Blues fans, they win the fucking Stanley Cup, and you're like, okay, listen, this is not how it goes.
You don't know the pain. You don't know the pain. You don't
please let me disabuse you of that notion. Too sweet.
You kind of played the heel at the All-Star game, and I loved it. I loved it. The absolute best. There's quite a bit of backlash from that.
I took a little heat, but I think first of all that. It's a ridiculous thing, whatever that thing is. It's like, it's a Carrot Top's involved. There you go. Done.
Oh, no.
I mean, come on. There's literally a ventriloquist dummy next to me. I'm sorry. The credibility is completely shot.
Yeah.
But
John, Gumpy's got his request with a sequel to The Town. I have a rather simple, adequate request, I hope. And I'm begging you, I'm asking you, man, please start rocking some underwear more, because you're putting the rest of us out here to shame. These paparazzi pics and everything, and the chatter online. It's a lot, and I'm happy for you, and I'm proud for you.
Hey, look,
you're killing.
We all have our cross to bear, man.
He's caught up on Mike. Caught up in the moment, but talk some sense. Pat, I don't think this is right, Pat. Pat, think about this. But, Pat, you need to do something to put a stop to this, okay? Before Mr. McMahon gets it, oh my God. Nobody's stopping him now. Oh my God. He's all caught up in this. Oh, Jesus. Pat. Oh my God. This might be your last night in WWE. It might be all of our last nights. This is ridiculous. Mr. McMahon has entered the ring with eyes. Hey, wait. What the hell's the referee doing in there? Why is there a referee in the ring? I don't know why. Why is there an official in the ring? Why the hell is there an official in the ring? Oh, from behind! That punk Clear setup between Mr. McMahon and Austin Theory. Oh,
Damn sore losers.
hold on a second. Austin Theory is now out of the ring. Mr. McMahon's still in the ring.
And there's a referee in there. Can somebody explain to me what the hell's going on?
Well, we just
and
heard
the
the bell
bell rang. And McMahon with a clothesline.
Mr. McMahon.
Wait a minute. Do we got a match between McMahon and McAfee in WrestleMania?
Clearly that's what's going on, Michael.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. Mr. McMahon's the boss. He can obviously do whatever he wants.
And Mr. McMahon is jacked. Look at him. Byron, he looks better than you.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, McAfee just got really upset.
Pat, take a count out, get yourself the
Oh, and another clothesline.
I mean, I thought it was surreal to see Pat McAfee win here against Austin Theory. This is even more surreal.
Byron, I hope this doesn't mean you got to be my partner every Friday.
It's not a bad thing. Mr. McMahon is having fun at the expense of Pat McAfee.
And I don't understand why he's so upset at Pat. I mean, listen, Pat brought, all he said is great things about WWE.
It's clear why he's upset.
Why? Because McAfee beat his...
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on.
The McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show. Hour 3 on this. Happy birthday, Tim McAfee. April 6th, 2022. Shall begin immediately following this beat drop from Twine. There it is. Here we go.
Yeah.
To my left, your right, AJ Hawk. The Toxic Table is here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys Turn Diggs is here. All the boys in the back, I appreciate you guys. Hope life is good. That's Hockey Talk tonight, 8 p.m. at youtube.com/That's Hockey Talk. Big surprise guest.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Big surprise guest, scintillating conversation. You'll get to hear Gumpy sing as he does every episode. It's always a treat.
We're talking hockey.
Rosie
and Rob are talking hockey.
Big surprise guest.
We're talking hockey.
Texas hockey's back.
All right, so we're not lying on that show.
Big win last night, Texas hockey.
Hey, listen. I was in that city of Dallas for numerous days, and I thought to myself, I could see me living here.
Yeah, really?
I could see me living here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there was a part that we were in.
Beautiful.
Oh, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
No bombs.
Everything, no
What was
bumps.
it called? What area?
Irving?
Oh, yeah. Is that where the training facility is for the Cowboys?
See,
Or it
Arlington?
was? I think it was there, and now it's in Frisco.
No, it's in Arlington,
Yeah,
right?
because we saw where the practice field is. That is surrounded by office buildings that you could just go and live at and steal all their shit.
Yeah, it's in Arlington. No, it's in Frisco?
This one, this says it might be.
Really? So it's not near
Oh,
the
maybe
state?
the Ford Center. That's an old. Is that an old one?
I don't know.
No, that's a new
That's
one
new
because
one.
of the
Then
drug.
That's their training facility.
Yeah, Frisco.
So that's where I believe
What we saw.
Dude Perfect's from.
From Frisco.
I think it's from
How
Frisco.
far is Austin? Because I heard that place is beautiful.
3 hours, I think. I think Sam drove from Austin to Dallas the morning of because she went and did Austin there for a bit. But the Frisco's where Dude Perfect's from.
Really?
Fun fact about Dude Perfect: 14 billion views. Those dudes.
Jesus. Shit.
That's insane.
How many are there? How many total guys?
5, I think. I think there's 5 of them. Still friends. 2 of them, what? Twins? Are those two twins?
Yeah, I think they're twins.
Kobe was the one that I was hanging out very quickly because how fast the ball went into the hole.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to chat with them enough. They're from Frisco, though, I believe.
Okay.
They drove down there, that whole thing. I think they're big Cowboys fans.
Is that Del Frisco's? Is that how that started?
Well, maybe
Could
Del
be.
Frisco started there. Yeah.
steakhouse.
You think guy's name was Del?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably from Frisco, Texas.
And they say drop the from.
Yeah.
Because it was like Del from Frisco's.
Yeah.
And Justin Timberlake came in.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the from. They're like, you're right, Del Frisco's.
And here we are.
Timberlake.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Social network. Here we go. Kind of piecing it together. All right, let's talk about some sports stuff. This is fascinating to me. You know, Just a couple years ago, we were chatting about the Kansas City Chiefs being the next dynasty, and we started talking about this in the car while we were driving from the Airbnb to the stadium to do the show. Just a couple years ago, it was like, hey, the Kansas City Chiefs, this is the next dynasty. Patrick Mahomes, the next Tom Brady. He's got to catch Tom. He's got to win 6 Super Bowls at the time. They were saying, you think he's going to be able to catch Tom Brady? Here we are now, a couple years later. Tyreek Hill's gone. Travis Kelce's still there. A plethora of weapons is there. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes, but the AFC is absolutely stacked and packed and loaded. I still believe the Chiefs are going to be good. The home of the Chiefs are going to have to figure out what's going on with X Factor and Red Extreme if they really want to get back into good graces of the football gods, I think, off the field. And, Brittany Mahomes now and Jackson Mahomes, obviously, one more year in the league, one more year of life, one more year of existence. Excited to see that whole thing go with how the football gods bless them. But how far away are we from saying that, they're definitely the next dynasty right now, right? With what the Buffalo Bills are doing, with what everybody has in the AFC. Joe Burrow was just in a goddamn Super Bowl. Tennessee Titans, they were the number 1 seed in the AFC. They had 90 players this season. I mean, it is a real... I think what the Patriots did and what the Patriots accomplished, we have to refrain from trying to predict the next one to do that because it's damn near impossible to do. And I think every single day that passes, with every single new contract that takes place and every team that gets shifted and changed, we should remind ourselves of what the Patriots were able to do for 20-some years. Juju and Patrick Mahomes are playing catch. That's a new weapon for Patrick. Juju was obviously going to be great over there. He's not the number 1. He's the number 2. They'll have him spread out. Andy Reid will make incredibly smart decisions. Juju looks smooth coming out of shoulder surgery, and Patrick Mahomes put a ball on an absolute dime. But we were just 2 years ago talking about this team being definitely the new dynasty. They're going to look different, AJ. They're going to look very different now.
I mean, remember just not that long ago, less than 2 years ago, probably we would say, how do you beat the Chiefs? What do you do? Good luck stopping this offense. And now you don't hear people saying that nearly as much. The Chiefs are definitely still going to be a good team, and Patrick Mahomes is going to be great, and they have a lot of great players. Kelce can still light it up, no question. But it's hard to say anybody's going to have a dynasty anytime soon. Let's say the Bills go win the Super Bowl this year. We're going to say, here we go, Bills, Josh Allen's still young, dynasty coming, here we come. But it's just so difficult to have that sustained, elite success in the NFL. So, what the Patriots did, it's going to be very, very difficult for anyone to kind of duplicate that.
Not a knock on the Chiefs. Not a knock on the Chiefs. No. Incredible program. Incredible team, incredible organization, incredible quarterback, head coach, operation. I get it. But just even more so, a spotlight should be put on that shit ain't ever going to happen again. That ain't ever going to happen. I don't think, especially now with how the moves are happening. And I'm not saying that it hasn't been going on like that for a long time. Randy Moss flew to Minnesota to meet with Tom Brady in a hotel room before he got traded to New England saying, I want to come play there. So guys have made decisions about where they're going to go in the future, and trades have happened in the past. Nowhere near as much as it's happening right now. But nonetheless, what you all were able to accomplish and what you experienced for most of your growing up phase, well, I don't think it'll ever fucking happen again in any sport. Honestly, it's going to be too damn difficult.
No, there's no way. And with the Chiefs specifically, in that division, when you look at the 20 years of the Belichick-Brady era, the other teams didn't really have any guys until, I guess, Josh Allen came in. Josh Allen's rookie year was the year the Patriots won their last Super Bowl. You look at the Chiefs. After the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, the Chargers got Herbert. The Raiders always had Derek Carr, but now they add Devontae Adams. The Broncos add Russell Wilson. The divisions, what you were just saying, it won't happen again because these guys are just bouncing from team to team. So literally any year, some team can get absolutely stacked. And this year, it's happened with a bunch, but even the Dolphins. If we were going to say the Bills are going to be the next dynasty if they win the Super Bowl, but then you look around the division on its own, what if the Jets have a Bengals year and Zach Wilson takes a massive step? Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I can never imagine the Jets being good. But if they land on a wide receiver who turns into not Jamar Chase because, he had a one-of-one year. But if they land on a receiver that Zach Wilson has a good chemistry with and add, Elijah Moore and Corey Davis who they got on free agency, with the salary cap going up, it feels as though if you have a quarterback and then you add a few pieces, all of a sudden you can be a contender, in 6 months.
Yeah. Did you say Brady Belichick era?
Yeah.
Oh. It was Tom Brady who took more of the credit.
Well, I don't know about that
right.
because you know
Who does Connor give more credit to?
I give
Brady.
more credit to Belichick.
Brady, he just said it. Brady Belichick era.
I give way more credit to Belichick.
You just said the Brady Belichick era.
Yeah,
because he's still there.
I mean, that's how it's been talked about forever. Excuse me, the Belichick Brady era.
No.
During that time, look. When you look at Rodgers, Breeze, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, if you look at the 5 worst years of those 4 guys on defense, I think Rodgers had 5 teams with the 32nd ranked defense. Way to go, AJ. I think Peyton had 5 years.
Jesus, were you a part of any of those 8? No, you weren't.
Sure, I had to be a part of some of them.
Yeah, I think you
had to have
No
been.
way.
I mean,
the 32nd ranked defense. I don't know.
What the fuck was going on, AJ? That's like
I don't know. Look it up. Was I? I don't know.
It was in the 30s. There were all 3 of those guys had multiple.
AJ. That had to
defenses.
be miserable. That had to be terrible existence in those years.
Yeah, I don't know. Was I part of any of them?
I think there.
I assume.
Yeah, I think
I honestly don't
Arizona.
know.
There was a playoff game. The Packers scored 45 points in Arizona, and they lost in overtime. The defense gave up like 54 points or something. Yeah,
Kurt Warner had more touchdowns and incompletions in that game.
boom.
That was the Steelers.
Yep.
That's because, in Northern Iowa, sit in the pocket.
That's right.
Sit in the fucking pocket. Who
I was
wants
thinking
to
of that.
tackle
I thought
Kurt
of that when I saw
Warner?
the movie. Saw the movie. Like, this is why Kurt had more touchdowns and incompletions in that playoff game.
Hell, no.
Well,
This guy let everybody on the team blitz him in practice.
Dude, they're taking his knees. Hey, you want to hit him? He's like, oh, that's my best friend. Yeah, I want to hit him. I'm like, what a terrible friend. This guy's a terrible friend. You need to watch this guy. Kurt Warner got his ass beat. Hey, Kurt, way to go.
Absolutely.
Hell of a career, Kurt.
His patience in that pocket was something that he had to learn the hard way, and I'm thankful he did. Obviously, that particular game, you were upset that he had that patience in there and could sling that thing. But go on with your point, the Belichick defense was always damn good.
Yeah, that was the thing that got Brady those, not all of them, but a lot of those.
Well, that's what
Super
Vrabel
Bowls.
said. You feel like you can speak like Vrabel? Because Vrabel's saying...
I can't speak like anyone who actually has knowledge of football because I don't have any
Yes, you
actual
do.
knowledge of football.
Bro, could you imagine growing up in a city where for 20 years your team is incredible? You're going to be invested in that goddamn team probably every single day. You probably naturally are going to pick up more about football than somebody who grew up in some city that stunk at football for their entire life. For instance, Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, the standard. I'll always have that. I mean, who knows what happens, going forward in the AFC.
Letdown, man.
Yeah, it could be a massive letdown because for 18 of those 20 years, the season didn't actually start till December because you were just waiting. Hey, we're going to win the division. We're going to make the playoffs. I mean, there was 10 years in a row where we went to the conference championship game every single year. That was the standard. And even the last 7 years now, we either went to the Super Bowl or we went to the AFC championship, and that's why I always have that. But Brady said it himself on the Man in the Arena doc. Bill showed him how to be great. Whenever he talks about guys will come up to him and say, hey, this guy is very good. He's a guy and he's still on his first 4 years. Brady will say, yeah, okay, but who's going to show him how to, be great? Because I had Bill. And that's why there's so much faith with Mac, because Bill can, pass that knowledge on to him. Hey, when you're picking apart defense, it's remember the Buffalo Bills game plan right before the game on Saturday? Bill was like, hey, we just saw this on film. When they drop this guy, there's a massive opening in the defense right here, and they go to Brady throwing 2 touchdowns when they show that defense.
And that was on
day.
Saturday before the game.
Yeah.
That is not normal. From everything I've experienced in the football world, implementation of game plan is done, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday it's initiated, and Thursday there's a plan, then Friday there's a plan. Saturday, walk through what we just did on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, travel to wherever we got to go, Sunday game. I guess with New England, what we learned through Man in the Arena, and you have to tell me if this is how it goes, they were changing game plans on Saturday night, Sunday morning. If Bill saw something, I was like, no, actually. Forget everything we just did. All right, let's remember the skills that we picked up. Okay, let's remember that. We'll save this for later. We're doing this. That's not normal, right? And that I do believe the ability to be able to change things on the fly and have 4 different coverages, 4 different defenses, everybody in there. You would have to think it comes on the GM and the coach picking all of those players. But Tom Brady is the one who set the standard that everybody's got to buy in. So I do believe it is quite a team thing, and we need to stop acting as if there's going to be another one of those. I think personally in the media world. We need to stop acting like that.
I don't see that happening in the NFL again. The 20-year run that the Patriots had, it just seems right now, especially with how you can get out if you're not super happy with your contract, it seems pretty difficult to put 20 years together like they just did.
And I don't want to, I don't want to be the one that's All right, enough acting like what the Patriots did. Anybody else going to be able to do? You know, I'm from Pittsburgh. They hate New England there. Played for the Colts. We hate New England here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one that is doing the whole, you know, be the voice of this whole thing, but enough of the, hey, this team's going to become that, because that is so incredibly difficult. How old's Bill Belichick right now?
He's 69. I believe he'll be 70 when the season starts.
He's never stopping.
No.
He's not giving any titles to anybody.
No.
Dan Orlovsky said that, you know, he doesn't like the turnover and the voices in Mac Jones' ears because there needs to be some consistency. Mac Jones was like teaching Bill O'Brien the offense down at Alabama.
Yep.
He got to New England. He was allegedly teaching Cam Newton the offense that Cam Newton was in for a year before that. Mac Jones is like one of the super geniuses, and Bill is probably going to take advantage of that to the utmost degree, if I had to guess.
Well, and last year during the season, I think someone actually asked him, like, hey, you know, you have really nothing else to prove. Like, what are you still trying to get out of the game? You know, do you have any more goals? And he just said, you know, I'd really like to go out and have a good practice today. And that's kind of his mindset and why he's been so consistent.
I actually don't enjoy anything else in life. I go on that boat, I fish, and about an hour into it, I say, where's the goddamn film room? That's literally his only passion, it feels like, is football. And, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Good on him. Congrats to him.
Thank you, Bill.
Joining us now is a man who, in his 10 years in the NFL, he's been All-Pro, 8 of them, and a Pro Bowler, 8 of them. Absolute legend, superstar, future Hall of Famer, newest member of the Los Angeles Rams in a negotiation that he did himself. Ladies and gentlemen, number 45 for the Rams, Bobby Wagner.
Yeah!
What's up, dude?
What up, what up?
What are you in a Lambo over there?
What is that?
Hey.
Some slight.
Hey, well earned, sir. Well earned, sir.
Appreciate it.
Okay, let's yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, before we start, Andrew, I'm gonna shout out to Andrew. He watches your show all the time, and it's his birthday today, so I wanted to make sure I took time to say happy birthday to Andrew before we started.
Hey, it's my dad's birthday, too. Can you say happy birthday to him and Andrew?
Happy birthday, Pops.
Okay, thanks. Happy birthday, Andrew.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Tim. Happy birthday, Andrew. Is that Whitworth or just any Andrew there?
No, not Whitworth.
Obviously, now you're with the Rams. You're back in your hometown area from Ontario, outside of Los Angeles. Whenever Russell gets traded, was the writing on the wall for you that you'd be leaving Seattle? Did that come as a blindside? Did you get a heads up? And what were your initial thoughts?
Nah, I was starting to hear rumblings, kind of before that. And so Russell actually called me and told me before it happened. And so once I kind of heard that, I kind of felt like, if you can let him go, then everybody that was a part of that Super Bowl team is up for grabs. And I kind of already knew before that.
What is Seattle going to be like? Obviously, a lot of the core guys are now with you and Russ leaving. I just don't know what Seattle is anymore. The offense and defensive leaders seem to be gone. Like, what do you think they're going to be?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think the idea was to go young. From what I heard, they want to kind of, I guess when we were, when we went to the Super Bowl, we were one of the youngest teams. And so they're trying to remake that. But I think it's hard to remake myself, Cam, Sherm, KJ, Earl, Mike B, Chris Clemens, all of those guys. So it'll be interesting to see that. But I'm not sure. They still got Diggs and Jordan and, Jamal. So the defense will be fine. Just they got to figure it out. It's not my problem now.
Yeah, it's not your problem at all. Obviously, you're not with the Rams. But Russell put out a tweet that basically said, like we always say, don't get bored with being consistent or something like that. And then he put the GOAT afterwards. And I didn't know what your relationship was with Russell Wilson until we read that. You and Russell were tight. And whenever you were hearing all the rumors over the last couple of years about Russell and the team, did that ever creep its way in there? And did that have any effect on you with how you viewed the organization?
No, yeah, me and Russell are close. He was kind of keeping me, kind of in the loop of things. And so I understood kind of what was going on. I mean, I understood what he was wanting. I think at the end of the day, he wants to win, but, also wants protection too. And I think that's something that, he was trying to figure out. I'm not sure. I'm going to let him speak on his half. But, from my perspective, like I felt like the organization treated me, top notch. And so I never let it creep into how they view me.
You and Pete Carroll's relationship, because a lot of the conversation is like, hey, this guy's 70-something years old. Russell out, stud, Hall of Famer. You, future Hall of Famer. You're out there as well. The rebuild is like something that is getting thrown out there, and now potentially DK Metcalf is maybe on the move, although they're not answering phone calls. What is Pete Carroll like on the day-to-day, and do you have any idea that he's damn near 80 years old at this point? What is your relationship like with him?
Nah, me and P have a cool relationship. You would never know if you watched him on the field and move around. You would never know that he was 80 years old. He always try to run. He's not running that fast, but he still gets his exercise in, and he has so much energy. And so I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to energize those guys. But I think it's gonna be tough for him.
Okay, so let's dive into your new relationship with the Los Angeles Rams. Was LA where you wanted to go? Because allegedly Baltimore Ravens were also on the line. Was there any other teams in the mix? And at what point did you think you kind of zoned in on the Los Angeles Rams being home?
Yeah, I think, it was probably between the Ravens and the Rams, but for sure they both made a big push at the end, and ultimately I decided to come home. I think that was the biggest thing, just staying close to my family. I've been on the West Coast for 10 years. And so, I was already going to have a big change going to a new organization. I didn't want to try to figure out another coast. So, West Coast and being close to my family was kind of the ultimate decision.
Yeah, they're also Super Bowl champs too.
And
the weather.
Aaron Donald, the Jalen Ramsey, that helps too.
And the weather. The weather's nice.
It is nice. Look, it's nice out.
It's raining here in India, okay? It's like 40 degrees and raining. We're talking
Enjoy
about
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, okay? How do you know when it's right for you to start doing your own business for yourself? Because this became a big story because you were a part of the negotiating of your own deal. How do you know when it was the right time? Is this something you always kind of envisioned for yourself? Has this always been the case? And how do you know what's real and what isn't with these contracts that are being reported? How do you know what your market value is with all the bullshit that gets kind of reported every single day with all of the contracts, Bobby?
I think first of all, yeah, it was something I wanted to do. I graduated with a business degree, and then when I got into the league, I just, you heard that report that 80% of players end up broke and divorced, 2 years outside the league. And I was just like, all right, I got to figure out how to be that 20%. And so I started doing business, started doing internships and things like that. And then I think it just graduated over to me, wanting to take a stab at the contract. And so that's kind of the transition to it. Obviously, it's a little bit longer story than that, but
yes,
it's just the idea is just wanting to understand the business side of things. I know like football like the back of my hand, but not a lot of players take the time to understand the business at the end. And so, for me, it was just another challenge off the field. And kind of like we spoke about, everybody, I feel like agents put out deals or do deals all the time. Some good, some bad, but nobody talks about them. They just kind of, go away. But it's the moment a player puts out or does a deal, everybody's a contract specialist. Everybody knows what's in the contract, how to evaluate the contract. Everybody's a lawyer. And so, at the end of the day, like if you look at the market this offseason, there weren't that many inside linebackers getting paid like that. And so, you had to understand that. You had to understand, what your value was, and you had to get creative, which I felt like I did. And and as soon as it came out, like literally the day that I signed, from what I heard, agents were sending the contracts to media and or whoever, and then you got these reports coming out about what's real, what's not, and at the end of the day, it's hard to take a snapshot of something that's not completed yet. So if I play all 5 years, then the joke's on them.
Yes.
But it's the first day, so we'll see.
I read something early on in the process. Did you have to reach out to teams to let them know that you're representing yourself and that you were the one to contact, not an agent?
Yeah, because normally how the process goes, like when a team wants you, they have like a list of all the players, and next to the players' names is their agent and their numbers. And so, if you go to my name, it's probably nobody. And so I had to reach out to all the GMs and just kind of, shoot them, let them know my email address and let them know, my phone number and remind them that I was representing myself.
When you're negotiating with Les Snead over there, who hates picks and loves OGs that are going to be Hall of Famers like you, how's that conversation go? Do you come in there and say, hey, at least this has to happen? They say we have this, because allegedly reports were Aaron Donald is also something that they have to work through, and you understood that. And obviously there's $10 million, there's incentives, there's a 5-year deal in there. How did that go with Les? And I assume he had to earn your trust in the middle of that negotiation as well, because that's a big deal.
Yeah, I think it was both sides. Like, both sides had to earn the trust. And I think the biggest thing, too, was, and the hardest thing throughout this whole process was to get teams to just send over offers. They, because they value me so high and feel like I'm such a good player, they didn't want to send an offer over that was offensive. And so I was just like, look,
Smart.
like, it's business. Like, you're not talking to the player, Bobby. You're talking to the agent, Bobby. So let's try to do work. And so the conversation was cool. Like I said, I understood, they were kind of tight with cap. And I understood that, we were going to have to get creative. But, if LA was a place that I wanted to be and my family was excited about me coming back, we was able to get creative and we was able to figure this out. It's kind of funny because in 2012, I remember going, like, I was getting ready to get up to use the bathroom. And on my way to the bathroom, I get a phone call. And it's the linebacker coach for the Rams. And they basically was just like, hey, Bobby, we're about to, after Seattle picks you, we're about to pick you. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm getting ready to go tell my family. And then Seattle picks me. So this whole journey, I thought I was going to be a Ram originally. And, it just came full circle.
I think they're excited that you're finally coming home. Obviously, Seattle picks you right in front of their eyes. Oh, that had to be tough. That draft room. Damn it. This guy's going to be an 8-time All-Pro in 10 years. He's going to be a Super Bowl champion. We'll get him home at some point. Mike Tomlin used to tell me that he was going to get me back home to Pittsburgh when I was old and cheap, and he was like, once you get back down into my price range, I'll bring your ass back home or whatever. I retired before that could happen. Speaking of retirement, you're 10 years into this thing, and at your age, I think that was another thing that was conversated about with your deal, is a factor obviously in it. How's the body feel? Have you thought about anything? Are you changing anything as you continue to play at such a high level?
No, I haven't changed anything. I just try to get, I'm trying to get better. Trying to figure out ways to improve my game. My body feels amazing. I think the way this CBA is set up, it makes it a little harder for guys to last as long as guys did in the past. But
why is that? Why is that?
Well, because I feel like remember the original CBA. A lot of the older guys were upset that the draft guys were coming in and making all the money. So you had a guy that hadn't even made any money getting a bunch of money. So then that second CBA, they kind of moved that. And so they created the scale. They created the scale with the players and things of that nature. But what they didn't expect was now it was the veterans were these like high priced, players, and you can get these new young guys for cheaper. And so now it makes it easier for the team to choose a cheaper option. So you really have to play at a high level to make it as long as you want to make it in this league now.
That's such a good business mind, by the way. And you have to think about that as you're negotiating the contract, too. Like, what is a price? Sure. What is a price where if I happen to get, not that you haven't missed a game since like 2016. I mean, there is like or you only missed 2 games since 2016. I think you have like 1,000 somehow tackles. Yeah, here it is. Most tackles of any active.
I think I went to 45 already.
Yeah, hey, I want to let you know, there's some people that have said that the 45 is an interesting number choice. Not us.
I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name, but you was talking to him yesterday.
Darius Butler. Yeah, Darius Butler. Yes. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's all good. Let me get out there first. It's all. He looking at all edited photos so far. You know what I mean? I haven't even put the jersey on yet.
Yeah, and new uniforms too in that SoFi Stadium.
Oh. But you can't tell me that picture don't look sweet, though.
It does. Hey, you do look sweet as a Ram. I bet you're very excited to be back there. 8-time All-Pro, 25-12-1 versus the others in the division. Only missed 2 games since 2016. In most tackles of any current active player at 1,383. Hey, let's go, Bob. The resume is gorgeous. The resume is absolutely gorgeous. Go ahead, Ty.
Bobby, the resume obviously speaks for itself. You're going to be a Hall of Famer, and you've played with a bunch of incredible guys in Seattle. But how excited are you to play with Aaron Donald? Like, how much easier does a guy like that make your job?
I'm really excited to play with him, man. I've been watching him from afar, and, any linebacker that got a guy like that, right in front of you, he's going to take a lot of pressure off you. He's going to allow you to come downhill and make plays, and it's, they have to have an eye on him. They, when I come downhill, they can't come off on him fast to come get me because then he makes the play. So, I'm excited to get out there and figure everything out, and man, it's going to be fun for sure.
Have you chatted with him or Jalen or anybody over there yet? I assume there was a welcome text or anything. Have you guys worked out or anything?
No, we haven't worked out. They actually, when I got released, they were like the 2 first people that reached out to me and was texting me. And so, we was kind of texting. And then when I signed, I called AD, and then Jalen texted me.
Did Aaron just send you a picture of him with that chain, with that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man.
You know what? Now that I think about it, he might have sent me his emoji, low-key, or his meme.
Yes, as he should have,
popping the champagne.
Dude, hey, he just bullies people, that guy. He just absolutely bullies people. And then you got Jalen hawking over top. It feels like at every level now, they're ready to go on another run. The expectations, obviously, Super Bowl or bust yet again, but that's nothing new to you, right? I mean, Seattle has been trying for a long time. You've been in that position before. How's it feel to be back in like a Super Bowl or bust type atmosphere?
It feels good. I mean, I think my whole mindset has never been let the outside create the pressure or create the idea. I think at the end of the day, you want to be the best version of ourselves and maximize your talent. And so I think we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of playmakers, not just us. We have so many young guys, so many guys that can make plays. And so I think it's just exciting to be a part of a group like this that already won but has aspirations to do it again. And it's going to be fun.
The thought of Sean McVay being like, I can't believe we got fucking Bobby Wagner. Yeah. He's like so jacked up in that whole thing. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Bobby, have you had other NFL guys reach out to you about representing themselves? And do you think that'll become almost like a more common theme going forward in the NFL?
I've had a couple guys reach out and just like ask questions. I'm not sure if it's going to be a common thing because I think at the end of the day, it has to be something that you want to do. You can't just wake up tomorrow and just be like, all right, I'm about to do my deal. Like you actually have to put a lot of work in, study, understand your market, understand the language, kind of build a team around you to help you understand the language. So anything that you miss, they can catch. And so I think you'll see more of it, but I don't know if it'll be like a transition to that because I think there's still, like I said, I don't have issues with any agents period. I just think this was my journey, and I think the option should be open for players if they want to do that. But there's a lot of good agents out there that, I think the next step would be to make sure that the player that you're working with understands the business or you help them with their transition life after football, so you don't pay a part in that number.
Before AJ asks his question, we're in an entrepreneurial society, I believe now, more than we ever have been. And although there are plenty of great agents, I completely agree. There's a lot of bad ones too that get protected.
A
lot of bad ones that get protected by media and other things. And I'm very pumped. I hope you do start an initiative for guys that start taking more control and accountability of their finances. But not everybody can do it. You're obviously a super smart businessman, a business degree, and obviously looked into it. I hope it does become something. Go ahead, AJ.
Bobby, is this something you could see yourself doing and representing players possibly once you're done playing?
Oh, the Beagles agency, dude. The Beagles.
Hey, you told him about that?
Yeah.
I try to text him, man, and Siri just put Beagles or something. I'm like, how did but no, I don't know if I have any aspirations. Not at this moment. I think my aspirations is trying to be, a president of a team or, potentially own a team. So, I think all of this is working towards that, but I'm an open book. So, like, if anybody ever reaches out to me and wants me to help them, I'm definitely open to kind of guiding them through. But, I think this is me representing myself is probably as far as I go.
You saying, I thought you were just going to say president there. Like,
yeah.
I thought you meant like United States.
Commander-in-Chief.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? Take command. I'm a commander now. I thought that's what you were talking about. Then you were like, of a team. I'm like, whoa, shit. I mean, those are two different lives.
Yeah.
Right. By the way, I think you can do both, Bobby. No, I think you can do whatever you want.
I don't know if I want to cross that world.
Dude, they hate everybody over there. Everybody gets hated over there. It doesn't matter who you're representing, what you're doing. They're going to try to kill you. I guess the NFL is the same, but it's more personal over there. Go ahead, Tone.
Bobby, obviously you're an incredibly nice guy, but you were with Seattle for 10 years, so I assume you've gone up against the guys on the offensive side of the ball for the Rams quite a few times. When you get into the locker room, you're going to have to apologize to anyone for anything you did on the field to them?
Great question.
Nah, no apology, man. I mean, I wasn't on the team, so I had to do my job. Everybody's expected to do their job, man. It's all love now, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure they try to get a couple cheap shots on me, so I took no offense to it.
You talk on the field, or are you quiet on the field?
I talk on the field. I'm a different person on the field than I am off the field.
Oh, like asshole on the field.
Who knows?
Well, it's worked thus far, man. Can't wait to watch you as a Ram. That 45 is going to look clean.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait
to tell y'all, watch.
I can't wait.
I'm going to tell y'all, it's going to be clean. And then the Jordan cleats is going to be fire, too.
Ooh, in LA. Ooh. Can't thank you enough for joining us. Good luck with everything. Thanks for the call from the Lambeau. I can't wait to see your next one. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, Bobby!
Thank you, Bobby. Good guy.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Great player.
Unique dude. Very unique dude, how great of a player he is, and also the kind of person he is and how smart.
Yeah.
Pretty intelligent.
Yeah, very. It seems like, this guy should not be negotiating his own deal. He's in over his head. Well, I graduated with a business degree. I feel like I want to be president of a team or an owner of a team someday. It feels like getting into these negotiations would be a smart step. We agree. Yeah. So sorry we said anything there. Just got to shut the fuck up. That is because a lot of bad agents get protected by the media because bad agents also have relationships with people in the media as well. There's a lot of great agents. We are not knocking
That's
on...
where media gets the majority of their information.
Bingo. Yeah. So that's kind of, they're almost like outing themselves whenever you see people go to bat or go against something. It's like, oh, that is clearly the person that person gets information from, which, by the way, you got to do what you got to do, but also don't have to bury things immediately just in, whatever. Let's get to a break. I thank Bobby Wagner for coming on the show.
Was that a Lamborghini SUV?
Yeah.
Those are sweet.
That thing was awesome.
You could rent one of those for about $1,500 a day, I think. See, is
Out there
that
now?
LA? We tried renting one in Florida one time.
It's worth it.
We
They're
didn't.
nice.
We did not pull the trigger on it.
Well, I would assume the LA price is much different than Florida price, by the way.
Yeah, probably.
Because LA people live in rented vehicles over there.
Plus, that price was it was maybe I think it was be delivered for like an 8-hour trip as well. So that's why I was, yeah.
Red leather on that thing.
Clean.
He deserves it. Yeah. They don't have to deal with all the potholes, over there in LA either with the weather, but they do got a lot of human poop.
That's right.
Exactly.
I wonder if that thing has like a guard on the wheels so that when it runs over the human poop, it doesn't shoot up.
I think it does.
Like a mine buster on the front of a tank or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
But around the entire thing because,
Spread these turds out around me.
Yeah, because the human poop, that thing can come sideways off the wheel, and you don't want to roll down the window in LA, rag top down so your hair can blow, and all of a sudden the human poop's coming off the back. So there's probably a guard, like the suicide nets on the buildings.
Yeah, bingo.
Over there, they probably got the guards off the side of the Lambo to make sure no human poop's coming up in LA.
Hell, at this point, that you might be able to flip from sport mode to fucking bum feces mode, and it just kind of, like that's one of the tire settings.
Laser
almost.
comes out in front and evaporates any poop on the road.
Oh, really? So it senses it? That thing's got lasers around it that senses the human poop, and it just...
Can we test this somehow?
Yeah. He does every day.
Yeah.
In LA.
Yeah,
I tell him to film it on
We'll
YouTube.
drive yours here, and then we'll poop on the road, and then see what happens.
Activate poop mode.
Only LA poop.
Oh, okay.
Because the warm weather, the rain would distract the lasers.
Yeah.
Anyways, a lot of information being released by the Pentagon about UFOs. What me and Foxy saw was a fucking thing.
Ooh.
Okay? Want to let everybody know that.
Wait, does this new information go against what you saw?
No, it actually says, yes, exactly what you saw. Is exactly what.
Is that a real picture there?
Yes.
Yep. Why is the ship so lit up? Like, it looks like it's professionally lit.
Well, it might have been a helicopter, a chopper, a drone. So this was supposed to be, they were going out for drone combat training or something like that because I guess drones are showing up on all these goddamn warships and like dropping bombs and stuff, and they couldn't fight against these two things at all. None of their anti-drone technology would do anything to these, and they were just following them. And one of the military folks said, we were told that those are not ours, so everybody look alive. And that's what me and Foxy saw.
That's exactly what we saw.
That's exactly what me and Foxy
100%.
saw. It just got released yesterday.
Yep.
I mean, everybody can eat shit. We'd like to let everybody know. Everybody can eat shit. Okay?
It still doesn't know, still don't know these are aliens.
Well, it's an unidentified aerial phenomenon. Okay.
When
It's
did
an
the
alien.
Earth get a second moon?
Exactly. That's what me and Foxy are trying to say. Oh, so you're telling me a moon is at 15,000 feet above the sky? Okay, thanks, everybody. That's a moon, Pat, you fucking idiot. All right.
There's also videos of another, like below this tweet. It was an orange one flying around. It was insane.
We're not no warship. They just kind of check out, see if we're part of the military. They took a little peek in there, saw the vitamins, said these boys.
He's good. They're good.
Let these boys fly.
Let them go.
Let these boys fly. Little hat tip. How you doing? We'll see you. Anyways, we're back at 4. Everybody can eat shit, though. Okay? Me and Foxy saw a goddamn alien.
Hell yeah.
How awesome is that?
You possibly saw a ship. You possibly saw a craft.
Which? Who's controlling it?
I know. That's what I want to see who's
Tell us,
inside.
dude. Well, I wish our pilot would have turned left.
Yeah.
Try to tell him.
Next time.
Knocking on it. Let's go to that thing. Open door. What's going on, boys? Ladies? Sorry. Don't want to be sexist.
Them.
They said that there's radiation burns from some of the people that got abducted.
Oh, no.
And unsomething pregnancies.
Unexplainable or something?
Unexplained pregnancy.
Unexplainable, yeah. Probes. They were sore from being probed.
Yeah, I saw Rogan post it and say he was pregnant. I don't know if that's misinformation again, but
He can't be doing that on his program.
No.
That's how much money he's making.
That's despicable.
He's got like 20 million listeners every pod, I guess. Now you can really you can really change the mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Rogan's
Get a
like, "Listen,
grassroots movement going.
I watched something on Netflix called Animals. They have new seasons. One of them's apes. It was great.
Okay.
I don't know why all these animal things though on TV. I mean, Rogan made me think of just immediately into animals and apes and stuff like that. I watched one literally last night. How come they gotta have them like kill and be killed like 2 minutes in? Can they not just think like, hey, I'm high here trying to just watch these fucking apes do their thing? I seen the Gibbons one down in the jungle. This thing's swinging at like 200 feet above the jungle floor. It was amazing. And then 2 seconds later, here's the bully ape. And there's like, and 1:30 a.m. screaming in my goddamn thing. I'm like, can we not just see the beauty of this thing and learn about it? This is it. That's basically what they're telling. Everybody's got to die. And that's what you got to remember.
Nature versus nurture, Lodge.
Yeah, there it is.
Nature always wins.
Bro, they fucking, okay, these chimps, the little baby chimp they're following.
Yeah.
They're like, they normally eat like vegan, I guess, or something.
Sure.
But they love meat, they said. And there was like this crew, a gang, a flock, a crew, whatever the hell it is, a gander of these chimps. And they circled these 3 trees that these other monkeys were in.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, I'm turning this off. What are we even? And they're the size of us.
Yeah, big bodies.
These apes are the size of, some of these are the size of fucking us
Yeah,
swinging.
they're way stronger than us too. Much stronger, and they'll rip your meat off and stick it in your mouth. You know that.
All right, let's get to a break.
I mean,
that's why I turned it off. I thought they were going to rip the
That's
meat
what
off.
I'm saying. You don't want to see that.
Group
I
of
didn't.
chimps called Community.
Well, how come that nobody can just show the community just like
Playing.
I'm just trying to
They
learn
don't.
about these fucking
Fun
things.
community.
They live to rip dongs off.
I mean, that's all animals are just trying to survive.
They literally had this.
An advantage.
They had this one shot.
yeah.
I don't know how they had it. There's one shot of this one ape just walking through the creek, just cruising. The water was like up to here, just like kind of walking, just cruising, and then walks outside, like dries off, and then just goes off. Show me that
That's
for an
awesome.
hour.
Yeah. Give me more of that.
Give me that for an hour, please.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't catch it fucking just grabbing something out of the river and snapping its head off.
See, I can do that.
I thought that was good. I thought a fish was about to get it.
Yeah.
When you were talking there, I thought a croc was about to just eat this chimp, to be honest with you.
Bro, they're like 6 foot, 7 foot.
That'd be a good scrap too. I'd watch that.
Yeah, because they got the hands. I guess they remember. They told me that they make a 3D map in their minds of how to climb these trees because that is a big problem. I guess they get up and then they fall like 100 feet from these trees. So they learn from their mistakes and they showed this goddamn 6 foot tall thing climbing up this tree. It was unbelievable. We're definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very close.
You should get one for the igloo.
Yes, I've learned about that. My 5th grade teacher, Miss Brooke, who wanted me to go to boarding school after I was trying to just sell some cigarettes so I can buy some grape after lunch. She got her whole back ripped off.
Spine ripped off.
And let alone Gucci. I don't want to have to tell the story about Gucci again.
We respect them.
We do respect them.
Someone in here who doesn't respect will get their back ripped out.
You would have to give them a handshake though every time you walk into their sanctuary. You got to shake their hand and let them know, like.
Let me shake his hand.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Manners.
Shake his hand.
Old school manners. That's good.
Exactly.
You should get one, AJ.
Probably has.
We've almost pulled the trigger a few times on little guys. Yeah.
Like Ace Ventura Pet Detective.
Spike.
Yeah, all different kinds of little ones. My wife is always trying to get one. I'm like, no, I don't want to rip my meat off. I'm not doing that.
Well,
for real, it doesn't end well.
No, there's going to come a time where you guys are going to have to.
Yeah. No, when you have to get rid of them, you're not
that just wear a cup, AJ.
No, yeah, you're going to have to tape that thing up. You guys are going to have to go into a room, and you're going to have to tape your meat, and just in case, put goggles on because they're coming for the eyes as well. Right. And you're going to have to go one-on-one with that fucking thing and just let it know who is the alpha of the goddamn community.
It is him. It is not me. Promise you that.
That's a dangerous game.
Remind me never to put you on the team when the aliens come down and ask for a fight.
Yeah. I don't know what aliens are like, but you know I don't mess with primates. I've told you that many times.
All right, we're back and forth, bye. I don't know what aliens are like.
I want to tell you a story. A story about a young man who once had a gambling problem, perhaps, before all these Fanduel sports books. The greatest app, the greatest place to gamble existed. There were bookies, there were illegal gambling rings. And one time, yes, I was part of one. And I could not pay my bill, per se. I broke my legs. But now, because of Fanduel Sportsbook, they saved my life. That's why I will always gamble with the #1 sportsbook in America, Fanduel Sportsbook.
You have got to experience so many things, both as a businessman off the field and on the field. Is there a moment when I ask this question that pops your mind, like, what's the craziest shit you've ever seen in your entire life? Because there was a time there where it felt like you were just getting dropped into insane situations and the world was like watching you do things. Man vs. Wild, you and that Bear Grylls guy, fucking electric. That was maybe the most electric shit I've ever seen. Is there anything that you think of whenever you think, like, what's the most ridiculous thing you've been a part of?
Probably some of the most ridiculous shit I ever been a part of was, I had got the restaurant which I'm in right now, and when we first got it, I would come in here and I would clean up and go outside in the front, sweep up, make sure everything looked nice and shit. And one morning I got up here and I noticed, damn, this is a funky ass smell. And I looked, to the side of my front door, and it's a big ass pile of shit. And I'm talking about human shit.
Yeah,
It's right on the side of the door. So I was like, somebody done came and popped the shit right in front of the door. Like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like, I can't be in here serving food. Motherfucker come walk in and they smelling straight ass cheeks when they come in there. Like, I don't think that's the restaurant I need to eat in. So man, I get the water hose and I'm hosing it down, and I see we got a couple dolphins that usually walk back up in front. Hey man, did you do this? Like, oh no. So one of them owned up to it. I said, man, check it out. So you don't do this no more. Look, you come by here, we get you we get you a broom and you help us, we help you. You feel me? And we put together a little I put a proposition together for him, and I ain't cleaning up shit no more.
It's a win-win. It's a win for everybody on that one. Hey, one of your former teammates. Yeah, hey, everybody wins. You're helping the people, man. That's awesome. That's why people love you. But hey,
one of them owned up to it. Just a line of questioning. The line of questioning.
His name was Willie. Willie owned up to. Matter of fact, he just left out. He said sweeping up. He like, hey, what's up? Oh, boy, I've been looking for you. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, we bust down together up in the front of the restaurant to get it all cleaned up and everything.
Hey, you're helping people. Hey, Willie went from shitting outside to working inside. Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go, Willie. Let's go.
Give it up for my boy Willie, man.
Five-hour energy gives you the alert, energized feeling you need to get in the zone and stay in the zone all offseason.
Hell yeah.
We are 3,694 hours away from the NFL season. Let's act accordingly. Let's take it 5 hours at a time.
Hell yeah.
With glorious 5-hour energy. Go to 5-Hour Energy's website and find over 15 flavors to choose from, with flavors like watermelon, tropical burst, cherry, peach mango, and more. There's a flavor for everyone. You can use our promo code McAfee and receive 10% off your order at the number 5, HOURENERGY.com. Let's go to the 5-Hour Energy phone line. Hi, AJ.
Absolutely. I know. I can't wait for those fresh summer flavors next summer.
Yeah, I bet they do have more
Coming
new
up.
ones because they're such a progressive company.
Well, they've certainly progressed from that first original flavor.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have to dive back into the bad news history of 5-Hour Energy, but the bad news was that they had an incredible product that gave you great energy, and I used it all the time, but the aftertaste was so terrible.
Yeah, it was brutal.
They went to the lab, and they made delightfully tasting 5-Hour Energy shots. There's 15 of them now, AJ. 15 different options, and they all. You can get the original flavor if you like it.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, we stay away from those. I stay away from that one.
I don't
but-
mind the original. I'll still drink the original if someone gives it to me.
No, I mean, that's like a shot of something that doesn't necessarily taste great. You're gonna because the place it's going to take you is all you're trying to get to, anyways. But there are very, very good tasting 5-Hour Energies now, and there's no excuse not. No jitters, no crashes.
No, it's perfect.
Just a quick whoop whoop. How you doing? Keep it moving.
I love it. The watermelon is absolutely delicious. Changed my life.
I'm cooking with the cherry right now.
I'm a jump on that. Try it.
Yeah, what do you like?
I've never had it.
What?
Tony,
we got 100 of them.
Tony, you said you drink peach every day.
Love peach.
This guy.
Tony,
you can have your heart, Tony.
Yeah, Tone can't have caffeine, right?
Well, I can have
myocarditis.
A couple. Thank you.
Myocarditis.
Hope you're okay, man.
Tony Hart's
Good luck,
hurt.
Tony.
So from the vaccine.
I wish I could blame it on that.
Fucking take him to court.
That won't work.
No, yeah. Hey, Tony's doing it, not me.
What's going on in the world right now?
New variant just dropped.
Well, I mean, we've seen some drones
Guppy said new variant.
buzzing around.
There's a new variant right now.
Yeah,
Of what? COVID?
Yeah. It's Omicron variant, though. I mean,
it's a punk bitch.
That's what he said, but Omicron fucking like rabbits out there.
Yeah.
Omicron was just
But
so
hey, somewhere though,
bitch.
somewhere went into a huge lockdown. Some country.
Stay in your home.
Yeah, the
Shanghai.
drones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good
Really?
luck.
I'll tell you what, you fly one of them drones around the middle part of this here country, that thing is getting shot down immediately.
Yeah.
Go back in your homes. Don't even think about being free. What was that? Hey, speak up. I can't hear you. What was that? You better run, boy. You better dance, drone.
Unless you're Will Smith, you just call the cops.
Oh, is that what he did?
Yeah, it was a drone flying over his house. He called the cops.
Recently?
Yeah, last week.
I'm not against it.
Why don't you just
I am not against it.
Throw something at it. Shoot it down. Do something.
Well, you can't just shoot it down in the neighborhood. Believe me, I've thought about doing such a thing when there was a drone
You
flying
can't
over
just
my
walk
house.
on stage and slap a man in the face either, but you know.
No, I concur with that, and I never did that. But I would like the drone to get the fuck out of my backyard whenever I'm standing there.
Shoot it down.
Can I? I don't know if I can.
Is that what they were training in
Slingshot?
the Navy?
Skylaw, you can.
Skylaw, yeah.
Get
Shoot
a water
first,
balloon
ask
launcher and get
questions
two other
later.
guys to hold it for you.
Who owns the airspace?
I don't know who has that drone, but they got a pretty good shot of me getting my 12 gauge.
Hell yeah.
We're coming.
He better get pretty close if you want to hit him with that.
Maybe that's what Coach O
They were
saw.
in my. I mean, this thing was in my yard. Like I honestly,
You don't know whose it was?
No, I have a big problem with it. I'm not happy with it. So like, obviously, never on Team Will, especially after what happened there. But If he wants to go smack a drone around that's in his backyard, I'm okay with
That
it.
is the correct way, though. You call 911, they tell you who was flying it and when and where.
So you can get the information on what creep is buzzing around in my
Nah,
fucking
you shoot
backyard.
that thing with that crossbow you got.
Yeah, and then you go to their house and put that fucking shotgun in their mouth.
I don't think I'll do that, Tony. Let's go to Antonio down there in Detroit. Antonio, what's going on, pal?
Hey, Pat, fellas, how you doing?
Hey, keep it moving, Antonio. Good name.
Thank you, sir. So I've listened the last couple of days, and I don't know if I maybe missed it, but I just wanted to give a special shout out to our guy Rick.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Antonio. We should have been giving Boogs a shout out, but that seems like it was so long ago, and I apologize to Rick Boogs. We haven't given him love. He got injured in his WrestleMania match against the Usos alongside Shinsuke Nakamura in something that he does on a routine basis. And to be honest, when it happened, it kind of freaked me out a little bit because my match was the next night. It a little scared me a little bit. I hope Boogs is all right. I can't wait for the comeback, pal.
I want to put your mind at rest. You did give him a shout out
Yeah.
on Monday.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
On Monday.
Did I?
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Okay. Antonio, I did on Monday.
Wake up.
Boogs is a good guy. I fucking love that dude.
Yeah, sad.
Cole and I did go see him in the training room while we were waiting 2.5 hours for our next match to call.
That's weird.
It was WrestleMania. I'm not going to talk about it. But I went and saw Boogs, and, that's a tough time. Training room, any training room, WWE, NFL, just trying to be like, hey, the comeback's going to be delicious.
Biggest night of his career, too, right?
Yeah, comeback's going to be awesome, though. And that's, got to remember that. It's going to be some tough times. Rehab is not fun. You'll be able to power through it. Chris Mad Dog Russo's on the other side. His show will be better than ours. Cheers. We'll see you in 21 hours.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a grand slam. It's out of that perfectly.
That's a grand slam champion.
That's like a delay of game clock, right? Like you got a full
0
second after.
down.
Yeah, you're fine.
I don't know. I think the hard out is a robot.
Yeah, I never know how it works.
AJ, you got to get this Grand Slam champion.
Oh,
So
yes, you
sick.
do.
I didn't think I could, so yeah, I'm definitely going to check
Download
it out
right
after
now.
this.
30 states. We were so mind blown by all of it. Their status. Hey, do you want any boosts for the Masters? Yes, we got a Tiger, not the bogey on the first 3 holes, minus 150 to plus 100, live right now.
Yes.
On the bogey or
I
worse.
don't know about that one.
Par
He
5,
can't bogey.
second hole.
Wait, so he can't bogey one of the first 3 holes is what you're saying?
Yeah, that was, by the way, originally that was minus 150, like super favorite for that not to happen, I guess. And it's
If he gets past the first hole, then
There
it
it
should be
is.
good.
Yeah.
So it's plus 100 now. It's even money. So basically, that's a good quick bet for golf that we boosted to plus 100. Shout out to them. I think we have some other ones coming out this weekend as well. And we kind of rolled through that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, how's this going? Good. Okay, what do you think about this? Okay, any ideas? Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up. What else do we need to talk about? Oh, yeah, Fanduel's in Canada.
Right.
That's going well. If you could chat about that, that'd be cool. You guys, I know you're pretty pumped about Canada getting Fanduel. We are. Shout out. Anything else? Oh, yeah, we kind of rolled out this, it's called Fanduel Face Off. It's a bunch of games you can actually bet on. It's in 30 states, which is more states than sports gambling is in. And, you only have to be 18 or 21 plus, depending on the thing. And we're like, what is it? Well, you can play like Wheel of Fortune or like a home run derby type thing or a basketball thing or a chess thing. I'm like, what? Like, it's an app. You got to download it. It directly connects to your FanDuel Sportsbook, so you have money in there. You can gamble like 60 cents, like $12, $5. You can gamble and play against other people in these challenges that are skill-based that you can definitely get better in. So we're allowed to do it or whatever. And we're like, sounds like a bunch of bullshit, whatever. Hey, thanks for wasting time. Hey, FanDuel, thanks for wasting time on that. That's great. And then we downloaded it all immediately after the show, and we're like, this is the greatest fucking idea of all time.
Unbelievable.
These are genius ideas. This is an incredible game. The baseball one, you'll get lost in there, AJ. You will get lost in there.
I would imagine there's 4 games now. There's going to be 100 within like the next month.
There's 5 games, and they said this is just the first. This is just the first stage.
wave.
There's going to be
Grand Slam champion.
There's going to be more and more. Yeah, Grand Slam champion's going to be tough to beat, though.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything remotely similar?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I haven't heard if there is.
This is going to sound like a lie or whatever. I've literally never used any other sports book ever, since it's become legal. I've never used any other sports book ever. I've only used FanDuel. I enjoy it. I'm cool with it. It never lets me down. I'm able to bet on whatever. And I don't know if anybody else is doing this, but I'm assuming there's going to be imitators.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah, good luck with the wireframe.
Bro, 60. Yeah, good luck with the wireframe. It's deep. Because everything has to be like competitive.
Yeah.
Competitively equal. So, like, there can't be a glitch on that thing. Like, you have to be able to. 60 cents, though, sounds like nothing. Mike Brown might have lost $60 last night.
Yeah.
How many times he was playing?
100 matches.
Oh, yeah.
He got hot in that basketball game, though, I guess.
Like, how long would say you're playing one game for 60 cents in the basketball game? How long does a game normally take?
Well, the basketball, I have no idea. It's a certain amount of time. I think.
There's like a focus thing where you can stop the clock too. So I feel like those games can last a little bit longer. I mean, Grand Slam champion is where it's at. It's a minute 30, and it's just fucking. You're just sitting dead red hitting dingers.
Could be quicker though if you accidentally hit an out or whatever, because you get 5 outs, so it could be faster than that.
You stink if you're hitting outs.
King's Crossing, it's 2 to 3 minutes.
Brown just said it's 100 seconds, I guess, in the basketball game.
Same as Grand Slam champion.
It's amazing. That was a brilliant idea, by the
So smart. And it's legal in like every like fantasy football state.
Yeah, your DFS accounts can link up to it.
What does that mean?
Daily fantasy sports.
Bingo. Welcome to the game, asshole.
Did one of you are one of the boys starting a fantasy football show?
No,
I thought they might.
Well, a couple years in a row we've said we're gonna do fantasy, and then we just realized gambling's just better. But
Is fantasy going to be dead with gambling so prevalent?
There's always going to be a fantasy community. This is what I've learned. There's always going to be a fantasy community, but I will let the fantasy community know that I do appreciate the hell out of their dedication, commitment, how great that community has been. I know a lot of boys in here play fantasy football. It's a lot of fun, but I believe the money earned from sports gambling and a lot of these same fantasy sites versus the money earned from fantasy in those sites is
exponential.
Pretty. So I would assume there's going to be a lot more focus going forward from some of these companies on making sports gambling, like adding what people love from fantasy, somehow making it bets in gambling so that it just can be more. I think this is me not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about, just kind of getting a read on what I've heard from people and the stats that I've seen. So fantasy will always exist, but I do believe there's going to be a lot of temptation for the fantasy people to come over to Fanduel Sportsbook and kind of get their rocks off like that, because you can use your brain that you have in fantasy and all the research and time commitment and just benefit from it immediately in sports gambling as well, with how many different bets they have. You know what I mean?
I'm just excited because I know baseball kicks off soon. I'm always a big time baseball fantasy player, so
I didn't think about
I'm putting my
sports.
roster together right now.
Are you really? Who's number one overall? Fucking Thor, dude.
No, I mean, I'm absolutely not. I'm blown away that there is fantasy baseball. That's the only reason I brought it up. Like, it sounds like the most time-consuming situation there is.
Where's your guy announcing at this year, AJ?
All right,
Who's my guy, Goop?
Let's talk.
You know.
Herb Street. Herb Street's Amazon.
Herbie, Amazon, Goop.
He's on Amazon.
Pay attention.
No, you're baseball.
I thought we were talking baseball.
Castellanos is a Philly now.
Yeah, you love Tom Brenneman. You don't have to backtrack, but I mean, it's
Marty
not,
Brenneman. Marty Brenneman is a legend.
That's not what you were saying.
What about
a couple
Thumb?
years
Which
ago.
one? Marty's the dad, right?
Yes.
The son is the one
Al
they're
talks
long
about
driving.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
I pride myself.
And
as a man
AJ
of
said he,
faith.
hasn't watched a Reds game since he got fired.
That was the end of it.
That's very nice of AJ to do that.
I've done a fantasy baseball league before. It is the worst thing ever. You got to change your thing every day.
Zed.
It's the most time-consuming thing of all time. I tried getting out of the league the first day.
Yeah, they force you to stick around or get a tattoo. You
162 games.
Yeah, you got to fill out every single game or you get a tattoo on your face, bruh.
We know who the number one pick is, too.
Shohei Ohtani.
Otani.
Yeah. Is he playing every game or no?
He's going to be playing a lot.
He's the opening day starter.
And he's allowed to DH too, right? If
Yeah.
he doesn't, if they take him out of the game, and he also every other game he can DH.
Yep.
So Shohei Ohtani's in every game.
Hell
Yeah.
He's that dude.
Probably.
That team still stinks, though, unfortunately.
Big time.
That is a bummer.
When's the opening day?
Tomorrow, dude.
Hey, I learned that earlier today too.
Who is it?
There's like 9
Supposed
games.
to be Red Sox Yankees, but it got
NFL.
postponed.
Yeah, so
The Reds used to always be opening day, like the first game.
Yeah,
that's because there's a big parade in Cincinnati too, right?
No.
Yes.
But they were always the first game for some
There's a
reason.
massive parade in Cincinnati. There
On
is
opening day?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was unaware.
I used to mark it on my calendar.
Brewers,
First day.
Brewers, Cubs get it started at 2:20 tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, let's go Cubs.
Are you betting on that? You guys are going to have a bunch of first fives, huh?
Oh, yeah. We're dialed in already.
Yeah, but at what point of the season should we expect you to actually fucking know what you're talking about?
60 days in.
No.
Okay, 60-day deal.
No.
Self-handicapped by Tone for 2 months?
You hop in right away, my friend.
Well, yeah. He said, how long until you know exactly what team's going to be?
We don't got to worry about the sticky stuff like last year, too. That kind of threw us for a loop mid-season.
Oh, yeah, when people are getting patted down like TSA.
I mean, they're still going to do it this year, but at least from the get-go, we'll know who is or who isn't
Tell you what,
good.
after NBA and NHL playoffs, you could start paying attention.
Fauci throwing out the first pitch? Do we know?
Not if he's wearing a
AJ?
fucking mask.
No, in Milwaukee, I think
I saw
Aaron
Roy
is.
Williams wearing a mask.
Or actually, it's in Chicago.
His first one was very
I think
successful.
Justin Fields is.
Justin Fields throwing out the first opening pitch?
News to me, that's not true.
Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and Zach Taylor will be doing it for the Reds.
Nice.
That's one pitch.
That's cool.
Oh, they each get
Joe's
to throw
throwing
one.
it to Zach Taylor.
And then he'll throw it to Chase, and then they'll throw it to
the starting catcher.
And Brennerman throws the last one.
All right. He throws it into the long drive down there.
Tough for baseball at the open days during the Masters.
Yeah, they should have done it. They should have moved it to Monday.
Yeah, but baseball doesn't care.
It doesn't
Baseball
matter.
goes through
Good point.
7 different seasons.
Yeah, it's a local TV.
Baseball is going to have to battle against the goddamn World Cup.
It could be close, yeah.
Maybe.
Baseball is starting tomorrow and ending at the World Cup, which is at Thanksgiving.
Awesome.
It's the worst sport of all time.
What network is carrying the World Cup? How do I watch?
All of them.
ESPN, ABC.
Is that real? Do we know that?
ESPN, ABC, sometimes. I don't think Fox usually gets it, though.
Well, that's because they got a NASCAR race on.
Yeah,
And they have
that's
the
right.
Champions
The
Club.
CONCACAF Nations League draw was the other day.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, what's that? Are we playing in that? Are we trying to win that or not?
That's the one you guys won. It
Defending the
was the inaugural
title.
one last year.
Oh, so it's every year that
That's the
tournament?
CONCACAF.
It's like the
Fuck.
bubble. It's like
We don't need
it's like being a
another
bubble
one.
champion, right?
What's that, pal?
It's like being a bubble champion, like the Lakers.
What?
Is that what it is?
No.
This is
What?
the first year and they just threw it together during COVID?
No.
No.
It's a fucking new tradition.
Fox has the
Asshat.
World Cup, by the way.
Why are we playing in it? We should sit out.
Yeah.
We're focused on the
Bigger
soccer
fish to
Lombardi.
fry here,
There's
boys.
700 different tournaments. Like, what are we doing? What
Well,
does soccer
there's the
do?
CONCACAF, then there's the World Cup, then
It's not
there's the
called
Europe.
CONCACAF, I'm guessing, right?
No, it is.
CONCACAF.
I'm
The
so
Nations
confused
League
because I
is
don't
called
follow
the
this, obviously.
CONCACAF.
Listen, Barcelona isn't in any of
No,
these
no.
teams.
Barcelona
don't
is
start.
all the way back.
A
dude.
wagon?
Oh, yeah. They're in second right now behind Real because they had a slow start.
Who's their
But
best player?
Second?
Barcelona.
Barcelona?
Yeah.
Pedri.
The thing about Barcelona, they said, grab the horses, we got a wagon.
Boom.
And now they are heading west. And they are taking the world by storm.
They're going to win the Europa League. If you can take a future, take Barcelona
Over the Europa
to win the
League?
Europa League.
Okay, so the
Juventus?
Europa League.
The Europa League is when you don't make Champions League or you get eliminated early
NIT.
from the Champions League.
This is the
Yes.
NIT.
More or less.
What about that guy that almost died? Is he on Barcelona?
He's fucking
He's
nuts.
He's on Dortmund.
He's on Brentford, dude.
Erickson?
He's scoring
We're done
for
with the fans at that
Brentford.
Mexico
He's scoring
Stadium?
for Denmark.
No. Those people are very
When
good.
is the soccer Lombardi? And are any of our guys going to get hurt before then?
Long season still, my friend. Pulisic is playing today against.
Get off the field,
Yeah.
Playing
Christian.
against Real Madrid today, my friend. Champions League.
Champions.
Christ.
It's going to be awesome.
I hope he's headbutting people like
should probably-
Zlatan,
Yeah, it'd be sick.
He probably just
Zinedine.
scored and just started.
Zidane.
Probably.
Zizou,
Zizou.
Yeah, Zinedine.
Zidane, Zidane.
There it is.
Zizou.
Oh, it's
Pitu?
Hey, we're winning that soccer Lombardi, AJ. That's all you need
Goddamn
to
right.
know.
hell yeah.
November, right?
Yeah. Remember.
I heard the game's getting longer. Is that real?
That can't be right.
That can't be right. You can't have
bullshit.
a World
That
Cup
was-
in Qatar and extend the game.
Yeah, they
10
got those
minutes.
fans on the side.
Yeah, the mega
They got the air
ACs.
conditioning, all the fucking wind. that
Why
they
not?
need.
It's already so clear like how much time is always left in a soccer
There
game
is.
anyway. Why not just add time to the beginning?
What do
Don't
they
get
think about
mad
that?
because you don't understand the game.
Hey,
Right, because I don't understand a clock that doesn't mean anything to anybody and only one person knows how long.
It's a
the game-
suggestion, the clock, but also, listen,
That's the only sport in the world where it's a suggestion.
don't let your ignorance be a
NFL
problem.
definitely has
Bingo.
it too, by the way.
What?
At least we can
clock
see the
doesn't
NFL
mean
clock
shit.
go.
True.
Evie, we can see the NFL clock. We know if the guy's screwing it.
That's the dumbest thing.
No,
ever.
they put the thing up before it starts.
Yeah, you can see it in soccer too.
Yeah.
What thing? What do they put up?
They put up a sign that says how many minutes are added.
Yeah, at the end of the game, though, right?
No,
Yeah,
+4.
Yeah, at 90 minutes or at 88 minutes, 87 minutes, they'll lift it and go 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And then, by the way, that can adjust too if somebody's fucking selling on a hard sell in overtime and they're going to need to add it.
Do some games have no overtime play?
Doubtful, because they want the full 90 minutes to be played. They want to respect the game. If there's a time being taken for
Then stop the clock if a guy's flopping on the ground.
Oh,
that ain't the
game.
I'm with AJ. Called the beautiful game for a reason.
Bro,
I'm with
all
AJ.
right,
Adding another
I'm
10
the
minutes
oldest
to that
guy,
game
and you guys are all
means
taking this old man, get off my lawn.
Listen, your ignorance is showing. Okay, when you're talking about the Thacker Lombardi.
Yeah.
What? How many minutes are they adding to make it a cool 100?
It's a bad rumor, but they did say 100-minute game, so it'd be 50-minute half.
Fucking Nice and even.
But these guys have never watched Barcelona like us.
Can I please watch Christian Pulisic for another 10 minutes? I would like to do that.
Okay, because I was going to say no one needs an extra 10 minutes of soccer in any of these games.
Well,
if anything, we maybe take 10 to 15.
You guys watch 140 baseball games. Come on,
Hey,
dude.
it is what it is. Don't disrespect the game.
So will we, though.
Put a cross net in there and have no goalies. Then you'll really see who's accurate.
Here we go.
The cross net would be sweet.
Lacrosse should be an Olympic sport too.
Maybe we take fucking middle linebacker out of the NFL. Dude, what are you talking about?
All right.
Seems like the same thing we're talking about.
Barcelona?
No, taking a middle backer out and taking the goalies out of soccer.
Well, make it 7-on-7. That's what you're trying to do, anyways. Football.
I'd probably just focus on trying to stop Harry Kane if I was you, AJ.
Don't you fucking worry about Harry Kane.
I don't play. I'm a big Harry Kane fan.
No, we hate him.
Why?
Not this year.
Harry Kane's
We
a
hate him
bitch.
until Christmas. We hate that guy till Christmas, too.
Who, Goom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Goom's got 2 other teams in the fucking World Cup.
In
None of
our
them are
group.
team.
Yeah, in our group.
It's unbelievable. Canada and England. Well, I pay taxes, and Canada made it for the first time in 65 years or something.
Hell yeah.
And he's got a little double dip.
Is the home team in Qatar? Are they going to be good?
Yeah, they're a 1-pod team too. They get a 1 seed immediately.
So they are a legit team though.
They are.
They're good.
They have the worst odds in their group to get out of it.
Okay.
They also brought in a bunch of people that aren't from Qatar to play for their team.
Smart. It's a classic USA move.
What are you talking about?
Our last World Cup, we had 8 guys from Germany.
Jermaine
Yeah, but they all had ties to you.
No, I'm very happy that coach has been. Yeah. That guy hated America.
Do you have to be born in America to play for the American team?
You have to have an American parent, I believe.
Yeah.
So a lot of military folks sometimes,
American citizens.
That's why they try and cap players early, because once you're capped, you cannot play for another country. So they try and cap players when they're 17 or 18.
What does that mean exactly?
Career appearance.
Yeah, play for the team. Once you play for a country, you cannot change. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why country runs deeper than club.
That's why Christian Pulisic needs to get healthy and
Bingo.
stay healthy.
Yeah.
Come play for
Don't worry about these Champions clubs, because once we win the Soccer Lombardi, nobody cares about the goddamn Champions club.
No.
Unless Liverpool wins the quadruple this year.
Well, they can walk alone. I don't give a fuck about that.
They ain't walking with us.
No, they're not walking with us.
They're walking with Zeke.
Find out his last name. Is it Sangucci, like we said?
No, you dickhead. It's Samson.
We did. Samsoni.
Yeah.
Zeke Samsoni.
Zeke Samsoni.
Okay.
No, I sent it in yesterday.
I hope every arena just screams Zeke when he walks out.
They better.
That's Elias' little brother right there, dude. Where's
So
Elias?
how long has Elias been out of the game?
Long time. Feels like it's been
This
like
was
a
big
year.
news when his younger brother stepped in, right?
Yeah, the family. This guy's second generation.
Why don't they have him be a tag
Superstar.
team? Have them wrestle together.
Well,
We don't
maybe.
know where-
We don't know what's going to
We don't know
happen.
where Elias is.
He's currently missing. Might be dead.
He's on the lam or whatever.
Hopefully his brother can find him.
Well,
Cain
let's
and
hope that's
Abel.
not the case, because if Zeke killed Elias, we're going to have to really turn on Zeke.
Yeah, Ezekiel is not going to have a good rep if Elias is in the ground.
We'll send Ezekiel to a fucking Barcelona jail.
Yeah.
Okay, we can never see him again if he killed Elias, because we all walked with that guy for a long time.
Barcelona jails, too. Tough fit.
Oh, I've seen him in Locked Up Abroad. You should see the food that they're feeding them.
Absolute slop.
So, All right, this show fucking sucks.
Sports Emmy on tap.
Next year, we're gonna try to get one of those.
Yeah.
That's right.
Get on it, came out strong today. Yeah.
The Dan Patrick Show is going to win this year. Congrats to Dan.
Congrats, DP.
Second place NASCAR Race Hub. Congrats, LeBron.
Congrats, Bobby.
Jeff Hammond.
Bobby Labonte.
Alex Alexander.
Katie Vinci.
Rusty Wallace.
He's not on the show.
Daryl Waltrip.
Kyle Busch.
DW.
Greg Biffle.
Smoke.
Smoke. That's why he had to sell his house. Smoke.
What about Dale Jr.? Why is anyone mentioned Dale Jr.?
We have.
Because he's with Marty and McGee, you dipshit.
He has his own podcast still, doesn't he?
Also, the only Dale J I know is Dale Jarrett cruising around in the 88 UPS brown car.
Thanks, son.
Hell yeah.
Hey, green flag racing, pal. You fucking nailed that right there.
Hell
Why
yeah.
wasn't Boomer on that list?
We said it.
He's probably on a radio show. Do we have more Emmy? Is there any more Emmy noms out there?
I haven't seen him.
There's got to be
There was a
more out
bunch
there.
there.
I feel like they were mostly the same for every one.
Fucking bullshit.
Good Morning Football needs to win. Did
Like,
anyone win
what
last
other subject or what
I thought
other
they did.
categories are there?
nominated?
Breakthrough
There's got to be
male
like
talent.
sports personality. You're not up for like sports personality of the year or
What
something?
about Actor of the Year?
Actor of the year.
Actor of the year.
Sportser of the Year. Sportser of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sportser.
Sportser of the year.
Talker of the year?
Acho.
Duh.
Repeat champion.
Layup.
Believe he won last year as well.
Jules is up for one.
Who?
For Inside the NFL?
Jules Edelman.
Fuck off.
What?
Outstanding personality emerging on Julian Edelman, Greg Olson, Taylor Rooks, Eli Manning, Malik Andrews. Congrats to these.
Malik is going to win that one.
Emerging just means like, does that mean first year? Like, is that why you're not on the category?
No. Listen, stop. With
No, I'm dead serious. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass either. But why emerging? Does that just mean like up and comer or new guy?
Yeah,
new
they're-
person.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I've been around. You know what I mean?
We're already established.
Outstanding personality sport event analyst Troy Aikman, Gary Danielson, Chris Collinsworth, Herbie, Peyton Manning. Oh, Herbie, sorry, but I don't think you're going to win another one.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
tough.
congrats, Peyton.
Hey, that's the group of death in the Emmys, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those pods are all pod ones.
Yeah.
That's all pod one type.
Especially Greg Danielson, too.
Gary Danielson.
Here we go. Here's another
Guess
one.
you don't watch SEC
Outstanding studio analyst Jay Billis. Herbie. Come on, Herbie. Nate Burleson.
What?
Hey. Chuck Barkley.
Kenny Smith got it over Chuck. Harold Reynolds. Let's go. Congrats. to all the-
How did Burleson get up there?
Yeah, how
for
does that
sports?
work?
He was.
Oh, he's a news guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you can bounce from Afghanistan right into fucking, who had the best catch of the day on Nickelodeon, that's what you get.
It's called toe drag swag, dude.
Well, no, now it's called the MVP
All
of the
right,
week.
So let's go. Studio host Reese Davis, Rich Eisen, Ernie Johnson, Mike Tirico, Scott Van Pelt. Hey, congrats. A lot of respect for all the hosts around here.
Ernie.
Strong group.
So I could have been in 4 of those, I guess, right? Technically.
So far, yeah. There's probably more than you could have been in, actually, if we keep going.
These are all people that it's probably us as well, right? I mean,
this one is horse shit, dude.
Fan Control Football, Raw, Emotions United. Is that Monday Night Raw?
I think so.
Paralympic.org.
MLB Home Run Derby, MLB XR, the Players Championship, Every Shot Live. Ooh.
What the fuck is this?
What are you talking about?
Is this a real Emmy, actually?
Yeah. What about the portal?
What's digital innovation? That would be what we're doing, right?
Sure.
So we could have been in a couple
It'd be like having our own ticker up there,
Oh, that would be a sweet digital innovation.
Or the
No, because fan-controlled football just as a whole is something because it was on Twitch, right?
Yeah. What the fuck?
OCW probably could have.
OCW, we got to put that up next year. We got to do at least one show. We got a couple storylines cooking still.
Oh, yeah. OCW got robbed when it first came out, too.
Hey, listen, who's on this task? Thanks, Mitt. There's like 4 or 5 of them we could try to get into. All right, Mitt, don't ever fucking forget it.
I think he's already working on 3.0.
Yeah, Mitt, we need a pitch deck. No, he can't. He should be celebrating on 2.0 right now. Yeah. He had a fucking perfect game. He had a Grand Slam championship.
That's true.
He scored 250 on a Grand Slam championship.
For your back in the film room, LSU Pro Day.
AJ, get your ass in the FanDuel face-off and get that work.
I'm going to. Can I play against you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I can find you and do it?
Yep.
No.
That's actually a part of the... They do need to fix some things. Like
Completely random.
my screen name on there, I can't change.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I don't love that. And
What's your screen name?
I'm not saying it. People know it's me though when I show.
Did you make it though?
Yeah, I made it to sign up to Fanduel.
Yes.
Which you never see, right?
You didn't know it was going to be a public screen name if you go do this. Okay.
Boom, yeah. So they got to fix that. I think there's some things they got to fix. It's kind of a roll.
What is it, like Big Johnson 34 or something? Like you're some high school kid?
Jonathan.
Wake up. That's not a thing.
No.
We're not making that a thing.
No. Yeah. What?
Well,
what are you saying?
The whole list for everything.
That's why we're not up for any Emmys.
Fucking bullshit.
Good news, The Alpinist is up for an Emmy.
Is it?
Okay.
No.
Is it really?
That was good.
Emmy or Sports Emmy?
I loved.
What about the macaque documentary? Is that up?
That one did not make it. Oddly enough, not eligible for a Sports Emmy.
What? Did they not see the climb to the top?
Yeah.
You're talking. It was like the aggro crag that bitch went
That's
up there and
right.
killed everybody. Long documentary, 144, LFG. Stop right there.
Yep.
The Alpinist. Sir Alex Ferguson, Never Give In. Vice Versa, Fear of a Black Quarterback on Vice TV. Paramount, Netflix, HBO Max, and ESPN.
And
what's this all about?
You were talking about Tony Hawk's. Tony Hawk will probably win next year.
Last night?
Yeah.
I watched Tony Hawk's doc last night on HBO. It's awesome.
Is it good? I like Tony Hawk. I'll watch. I didn't even know he had one.
I couldn't sleep because I was up till 4:30 on Sunday night.
Mhm.
No, so that's kind of offset everything, and I was hungover and I'm sore. Today I feel better than I felt yesterday. I think I'm one sleep away, from being back. So my sleep schedule there is all kind of fucked. So I watched that Tony Hawk doc. That guy loves skating.
I'm pumped.
Loves skating.
Still, right?
Yes. And they talk about that. That's a massive part of like the last 45 minutes of the doc. Like who's going to have the intervention almost? Like that's the... Guy just broke his back a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And this is after this documentary was filmed, whenever they were talking about...
Was he the one that had the cane?
Yes. Yeah. He'll never... It's a big part of the documentary. You watch it all. He was groomed to be, by the way,
The
skater.
best.
He's like Tiger Woods of skating. I didn't know that. I didn't know the entire backstory, but he was, ever since he was a kid, it was like he was groomed to be the face of skateboard, basically. And he just wanted to show, or event. He said he'd get a big check for like $10,000 on Sunday from an event that he would go win, Tony Hawk. He would have to put it in the... like the cabinet in the commercial plane up in the front. And then the next morning you'd have to go to high school and have a bunch of his tests. And then it was like every weekend for like 3 years he was doing that. Just working. Work. He said probably some development, I missed out on.
Where's he from?
Delmar? I think Delmar. They had footage of them skating in like actual pools and shit.
Yes.
It was really awesome.
Pumped.
There's some injuries though that are like tough to watch. I did a lot of while watching.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
His daughter's getting into it, so you assume he might slow down just because he's passing the torch a little bit.
No, no
He's got
spoilers.
He's got a son like in his late 20s, doesn't he? That skates.
Yeah, good hair on that guy. No spoiler. He's not stopping.
He's still skating.
Yeah, he is. No spoilers. He's
like a
never-
coach. He's gonna die with the clicker in his hand.
Bingo. Yeah, that's basically what they were saying. Like he's you should watch it.
Yeah,
HBO did a great job.
He
It's
can
long.
always get records too. He'd be like the oldest person to do like the moves he does, right? Like just always be in the Guinness World.
So he's created over 100 moves.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So like back whenever skateboarding was just kind of becoming a thing, he was the kid that was just making up all the moves. So whenever he would show up at these things, he was getting made fun of a lot from the skating community because he was this young kid, but he was coming in just doing this absurd shit, and he would win every event basically because nobody else would do anything. And then he would go home and he would just skate. Then he would do an event, win, do some new move. It was like he never had a place where he show up at and he didn't have a new move. So he made like hundreds and hundreds of moves, I guess. Yeah. So he is the guy.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, it's really nice. Really, really good.
Long doc, too.
Worth watching.
Yeah.
Worth watching.
He seems like he's never had any issues either. Like clean cut dude. Has he ever had any kind of?
So you learn a lot about Tony Hawk in there. It was good.
Cool. I'll watch.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. What time you guys going live for Hammer? Dahn.
3:45.
Big thanks to Bobby Wagner.
Bless you.
Thank you. And Terrell Owens stopping by.
Nice.
T.O. gave us a good convo in the first hour.
Oh yeah, I heard some of it actually. It's good.
48 years old. He's saying he's running 4.4 right now.
Why?
I mean, he looks the exact same as he did 25 years ago.
Yep.
So.
Got a text from some people that said he's gonna have to prove that one. And I think that's why he said it out loud. By the way, is because he's ready and willing to go prove it. We'll be back tomorrow with another big show. We got a couple good guests, I think, tomorrow. Don't we? Is that tomorrow or Friday?
Might be tomorrow.
I heard a
Might be
rumor name for tomorrow, and it sounds like someone we would love.
Oh yeah. Mike Vrabel's on tomorrow.
Oh, what time?
When you're on.
Okay, good. Yeah,
That was a decision
Let's
that was
go.
made. To have you on at the same time because he's going to get roasting somebody. I hope it's not just me. So I wanted more.
He'll definitely come after me. Yeah, trust me.
He's going to come after me, I believe, too. I've seen some texts that I've been a part of. Yeah. So I wanted to spread the love, spread the hate from Vrabes. Can't wait to chat with him. And also,
happy birthday, Tim McAfee.
Happy birthday, Tim.
And Andrew.
Andy.
Wasn't Whitworth.
Big Drew.
It's not Andrew Whitworth.
No. How awesome would it be if it was some dude that legit was yelling at him right before he picked up. He called us like, "Hey, sweet car, man." And he's like, "Oh, hold on, I got to do McAfee." And the guy's like, "Hey, tell him I'm a big fan." That was Andrew.
It's my birthday, man. Fucking say happy birthday to me.
He did.
Wagner, good guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
T-Up gave us a great interview as well. Can't thank them enough. Can't thank you for watching. It is National Bitcoin Week, I guess.
Yeah, perfect
And we
timing.
gave away a Bitcoin yesterday, and then we've given away 2 Bitcoins this week because whoever won the bracket challenge, which Bruce Brown is figuring out right now, and yesterday we've given away 2 Bitcoins on National Bitcoin Week. We did that on purpose.
What do you know?
Obviously, we knew that was the case.
Great planning.
We knew that was the case, AJ, in it, the universe. Maybe that's what that alien did whenever it flew by our plane.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, just here you go, man. Here's natural, intuitive feeling about it being national Bitcoin.
So it
Week.
was Elon.
It was Elon.
Alien.
Yeah, exactly.
He does love Bitcoin.
Man, just so much vindication when I saw that photo. I'm like, that's exactly what the fuck it was right there.
Great win.
Right there. What is that? Somebody tell me.
I want to see what happens. I want to see like a couple years from now, where are we going to be with this whole
years,
alien
we're gonna be
situation?
dead.
They're going to destroy the Earth.
We're not going to be dead, dude. We're supposed to live till at least 2040. Remember, that's the new Y2K.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was if Earth wasn't taken over by aliens. That was just natural resources.
Bro,
being-
aliens are going to want to bullshit with us. They let us just fly right through the sky,
They
man.
would have eliminated us.
Let
if
me
they
go
could.
talk to them.
Oh yeah, you think they would have wasted? Oh, come on, dude.
Listen, if we need to have a conversation with the aliens, I would love to be one of the ones that goes.
I agree.
Okay, I would love to be one of the ones that chat. If we got to fight them, you know who we're sending?
We got a guy.
Yes.
Go ahead, Brock. Fucking please.
Send the beast.
For the good of all of us. And I'll probably, by the way, I'll probably be standing there as well.
Yeah, with Heyman.
Do you want to talk before this I don't want to. Are you sure you want this to happen? Look at this fucking dude. By the way, Sunday, they had a shot of him.
Absurd.
He looked more yoked than I've ever seen. He looked unbelievable. He's ready for the alien fight.
That's right.
That's very nice of Brock Lesnar to get ready for the alien fight. The headsets are still up there. What time is 3:45 probably? 3:45, hammer down. 8 o'clock, that's Hockey Talk.
Special guest, Nick. Can't wait.
We'll be in the comments. Special guest. It is not AJ Hawk because he doesn't know anything about the hockey.
Nope.
Boom. Correct.
Love to have him on sometime though, and just absolutely roast him.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Nick.
Oh, dude, you get dummied in there.
Oh,
you muppet.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
What were you going to say?
Tiger tees off at 10:34, so the boost closes then.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Yes, tomorrow morning.
Yes, we have a boost for Tiger not to bogey or worse on any of the first 3 holes.
Yes.
That was minus 150 pre-hand. It's boosted to plus 100. Get that in before tomorrow morning. And good luck to you if we see you in the Fanduel face-off.
Hell yeah. You're fucked.
You are fucked. You need to spend hours and hours getting better at the Grand Slam Championship.
That's right.
Oh, what a game. What a game.
What a game, that Grand Slam.
Grand Slam Championship.
All right, we're out of here. See you guys. Thank you, AJ. Bye.